The Johnny Orr Show.
Hello again, everyone. Welcome to the very first Johnny Orr Show of the new season, the 90-91 season. John, it seems like we were just sitting here just last week, and here we had a whole summer off and ready to go at it again.
Well, I hope it's a better year than it was a year ago. Just got off to a little shaky start, you know, out there in Hawaii, but we came on strong the first day and played a great game out there. And then after a shaky beginning against Syracuse, Mark, we were very good until the last 2-3 minutes. And then, doggone, we were flat against Santa Clara. Just didn't do a good job. And now we're getting ready for Houston. We're hoping to jack it up again here, Coach.
Well, obviously, John, you're down in Charlotte, North Carolina this weekend, so we had to tape this show just prior to your departure. You just got back from Hawaii, getting ready to go to Charlotte again.
That's why I'm dressed like this.
How did you assess the play overall of the Cyclones? You said sort of up and down and so forth, inconsistent. Against Syracuse, you said you were somewhat intimidated going into that
to begin with. Yeah, we were, I think we were a little afraid of them to start with. A very impressive team, though. I want to tell you this. I think they're about as good a college basketball team as we have played since I've been at Iowa State.
Overall now, you've seen your team play 3 games and an exhibition contest. What's your impressions of this squad this year, John?
Well, you know, we shot so well against Chaminade, and they weren't lay-ins. We shot brilliantly. They set the school record. And I thought this was a great shooting team all through practice and everything. Then we come back against Syracuse, got off to a bad beginning, and didn't handle the ball well, which shocked me. Then Santa Clara, we hit the rock bottom on that shooting. So it's been an up-and-down team. Hopefully we can get her leveled off here and back on the upswing against Houston.
You said going into the season, John, you had more depth and more speed. Has that been obvious to you so far?
Well, we have, and it showed up the first game. The second game, I thought we held our own. They got a lot of easy baskets on us because we fumbled the ball and turned the ball over. But in the last game, I think we were wearing weights in our shoes.
Victor Alexander made the all-tournament team out at Maui. Had a great 3-game performance.
Well, offensively, Victor was tremendous. And the last game, he was good on defense. He guarded that 7'1" guy. You know, he held him to only 7 points, that big Reese kid. But if you go in a tournament with someone from Loyola Marymount, they're going to be the leading scorers. Victor scored 70 points in 3 games, but that guy scored 42, 39, and 28 or something like that. But he shoots more than my whole team does.
Johnny, tell you what, we're going to reflect back to Hilton Coliseum a couple of weeks ago. First encounter of the Cyclones for the year against the Latvian squad from the Soviet Union, holding an exhibition game. Give us your impressions as you look at some of the highlights.
Well, you know, we did some good things here, and we were going good until about the last 4 or 5 minutes we couldn't make a free throw. I think we missed 9 free throws in a row. But if you see, the Latvians have played, and they've won a lot of games over here. And they've played very well. They're good players. That was a good block by Dorfeld. There's Justice. There's Doug popping in there. He was on the line. There'd been a 3-pointer. It is a 3-pointer. I think we got a break there.
3-point halftime lead is all, John. 51-48. And then the passing really picked up. The teamwork picked up.
You know, this is a good passing team. Brian Pearson passed well in Hawaii, too. Very well. He just had trouble shooting. And I think as soon as that comes around, he gets hot a game or two, and then he's going to be all right.
Mark Chappell.
Great scorer, great shooter, and in the last game over there, airballed the ball a couple times. Doggone, it was just unreal what we did.
102-94, but you had one of the most miserable nights you've ever seen from the free throw line.
Yeah, and then since that time now, outside of Kuntz, we've been good free throw shooters. We made them all over there in Hawaii.
Then, of course, you had a couple of weeks layoff there, John, trying to get ready for that first game, and then a long flight over to Maui, the Maui Invitational, and your opening opponent was Chaminade, the host school. You thought you might get a little home cooking over there, but boy, did you come out roaring.
Oh, we were ready. See, man, we're fired up. Doug, he opens it right up. We got off to one of our better starts, and we're moving here. They're a pretty good team. And Pearson hit, that's the only basket I think he made right there. I thought he was ready to rock them out there, and I think he's going to yet.
Nice speed. Justice over to Collins for the lay-in. Victor Alexander in this ball game.
Great pass by Pearson.
Great contest. 23 points for Victor, 21 in the first half. What happened in the second?
Well, we took him out the last 10 minutes. He never played. And we were trying to save our guys. You coach over there like that, that's nice, you know, easy going. There's a great move and missed it, but Kuntz followed her up. And that's good. You don't have any pictures of their center. That guy's 7'3", that center.
Victor went around and like he was standing still right there, and he was.
He's in West Germany.
Also
There's
good
Doug
outside
again,
shooting.
see?
Iowa State up 60-31 at halftime. John, you had to be really excited.
Oh, I was excited. We were really sharp. There's Dorfeld makes a nice pass to Vic, and we were unselfish in this game. In the later games, we didn't pass the ball. Hey, look at that. Beautiful passing by Pearson. We didn't do anything at all later on.
Wide open, Big Pen, baseline.
That's his shot.
He had a good ball game that game.
He played well the first 2 games, played badly the last game.
Collins with a jam.
I remember that. That was nice.
And
See,
nice.
we just
Feet on.
that was nice. We were really on the ball there in that game. There's a great save out to Vic, out to Justice, and heck of a basket. Great. We were moving well. Everything was going well for us.
Play of the game right here. I love this one. Nice feed.
Yeah.
Alley-oop, Pearson to Dorfeld for the slam.
Pearson was phenomenal in this game. Look at there again. He lays it in there. Beautiful passes.
Had a great following of fans over there, didn't you, John?
Oh, I think we have about 1,000 people there. I really do. That's another dunk. That's another one. 2 dunks like that.
Well, we got a couple more to show you. Here's Chappelle.
Oh, yeah, we were done. At the well, they gave up, you know.
And Phil Kuntz. Icing on the cake.
Yeah.
115-82. Iowa State's first game of the year, a victory, and Johnny Orr's 400th career win. Congratulations,
Long time,
John.
a long time. You know, when you figure that out, you know, that's 16 wins a year.
63, 64?
1963.
Boston University.
UMass versus Boston University.
Let's hope you're around for 500. You going to make that?
Oh, I look like I'm going to make it.
Okay. Don't go away. There's a whole lot more of the Johnny Orr Show straight ahead. We'll reflect to the Syracuse and Santa Clara games as you take a look at some of the beautiful scenery around Maui. We'll be back after this timeout. Yeah, John says it was all work and no play out of Maui. You worked hard, right?
Well, I'll say I worked hard. I tell you what, that last game, that aged me 10 years, man.
I'll tell you what, you know, we saw a couple of wins already, but we got to take the bad with the good, John. There were a couple of defeats, heartbreakers out there. Let's roll the video first of all and take a look at the then 13th ranked Syracuse Orangemen.
That's a good move by Dorfeld there. Good move. That's Pearson. He hit that shot. I thought, man, he hit that first shot like that. I thought, boy, we're going to rock it over here, you know, but...
Tough sled.
Yeah, see, they stole that ball. Boy, they get out of there with it, boy.
And Billy Owens is a player, isn't he?
Oh, that guy is good. He's one of the better ones I've seen. Better one. That's
Yeah, I
one.
like that Hawaiian shirt. John.
Yeah, Elvie Everidge got that shirt. See, Victor did a good job there. Did change hands and everything on Billy. He did a good job there, but...
You said you were somewhat intimidated at first, but then the team started playing well in the later going. You went to a zone.
This is when we're making our comeback in the second half here. Justice.
4
really
points, 61-57, but then McRae with a reverse jam on the breakaway. And Jim Boeheim
McRae, I'm not high on him, but...
on the handshake, 83-67. Then Santa Clara, John. Let's talk about this game.
Santa Clara, well-coached team, nice play. That Ray Taylor there just destroyed us. We did not do a good job defensively, and we shot very poorly. You're going to see us make some shots, but, man, we missed a load of them, Mark. I've never seen us shoot worse than we did in this game.
Up court to Victor. 27 points in the ball game, maybe all-tournament team.
There's the guy right there.
Ooh.
Ray Taylor, he made 31 points, and he was drawn. Needless to say, I wasn't very happy after that game.
48-41 at the break, John. Only down 7. Then
That's a
Vic
great
inside. But the man that did the damage, Mr. Taylor. They have a
There's
long
again.
jumper again.
Well, he had it going.
78-62 the final. 4th place at the Maui Invitational.
Yeah, it's a great tournament. It's a great tournament. Of course, you were there. It's a great place.
Mm-hmm.
The gym's not any good. But everything...
Floor's a little slick.
Whoa, slick. The first day or two is like on ice. But it's beautiful, and they treat us like just super. Everything, I can't say anything bad about the tournament. I thought Wayne Duke and the Kemper Insurance Company, everyone did a super job.
Well, John, we've got some more basketball coming up this weekend, of course. We've got the final day over at the Diet Pepsi Classic over in Charlotte, North Carolina. We're going to show all the highlights of this weekend's games next week on the Johnny Orr Show, but we're going to talk about that field and that tournament. And we'll be back to do that when the Johnny Orr Show continues right after this time out. Welcome back to the very first Johnny Orr show of the 90-91 season. John, let's talk about the new players. Got some new faces out there this year, 5 new players.
And all going to be good players. Some of them are going to do it before others, but I think they're all going to help us. I think they're going to help us during this coming year.
All right. Why don't we meet them right now?
That's a good idea.
Let's go one-on-one with the new faces for the Cyclones this year. And Keith Murphy has that story in the Cyclone Spotlight.
Fans can welcome 5 new promising players to the Iowa State program. Donnell Bivens is an extremely quick 6'5" freshman from Rantoul, Illinois. Bivens averaged more than 26 points and 13 rebounds during his senior year, and Coach Orr expects the forward to play more as he adjusts to Iowa State's style of play.
It's definitely a lot more competition, and it's like getting used to playing hard every time you come on the court.
Junior Mark Chappelle transferred from Lincoln College, where he earned second-team All-America recognition, scoring nearly 23 points a game. The 6'3" guard is expected to play among the top 7 players and says he won't feel like a newcomer on the court.
I came up here this summer and played pretty much all summer with the guys and got to know them pretty much, and I think everybody's fired up about this season.
Sean Jackson has already captured the attention of Cyclone fans by winning this year's slam dunk contest. No question, Jackson is a great athlete. He started Chicago's Dunbar High School, where he averaged more than 16 points and 8 rebounds a game. The 6'5" freshman expects to quickly make similar contributions at Iowa State.
I don't plan to sit on the bench this year. I plan to play.
5'11" Skip McCoy signed with ISU last fall and then went out and made the All-State team in Gary, Indiana, averaging 19 points and 5 assists a game. McCoy should see plenty of action at point guard once he adjusts to the college tempo.
The biggest difference, I think, is the level of play of every player. Every player is a good player.
Brad Pippett is no stranger to area basketball fans. A graduate of Des Moines Lincoln, Pippett spent the last 2 years with Nyack in Mason City, putting up impressive numbers, both scoring and rebounding. The 6'5" junior forward is a standout defensive player who wants to improve his offense.
Offensively, I haven't seemed to fit in yet. It doesn't seem like I haven't gotten the flow of things, but it'll come along with time, I hope.
Bivens, Chappelle, Jackson, McCoy, and Pippett. 5 reasons Johnny Orr expects good things this season. Reporting for the Johnny Orr Show, I'm Keith Murphy.
And some of those new faces already doing pretty well out there.
Yeah, Sean had a pretty good tournament out there. Mark Chappelle had one good day and played well.
How about Pippett?
Pippett had a good game in the last game. If he had just hit a bucket, all he's got to do is hit a bucket or two, and he's on his way. He's playing very well defensively. He's doing the things he should be doing, and he's just had trouble doggone shooting it in the basket like he says. I don't know why he can't shoot it in there. He just can't shoot it in right now, but I think that'll come.
And it's time now to talk about our hot topic. And each week we're going to take a topic of controversy or a hot issue with the Cyclones and let Johnny express his feelings about it. This week's hot topic is probation for the Tigers of Missouri and the Illini. Illinois received a 2-year probation and restrictions on recruiting. Missouri received similar sanctions with scholarships limited, and both were banned from this year's NCAA tournament. The question is, did the sentences fit the so-called crimes? How does Johnny Orr feel about NCAA enforcement, and especially these 2 schools, John?
Well, I think the NCAA is trying to do a good job. Dave Burst and his staff, they do a good job. It's very difficult to prove a school cheats. My biggest complaint in the Iowa-Illinois thing was Bruce Pearl. Bruce Pearl turned him in, and now, as far as anything goes, he is really suffering because he did that. And that's like if you saw someone rob a bank and you turn them in, and then they put the heat on you. So I didn't like that. As far as Illinois' probation, I don't know what probation is. I don't know what that is.
That means apparently you can't commit any violations within the probation period.
Well, you shouldn't ever commit them. But I think the sentences are strong, the sanctions. Against Missouri, limiting them to 1 scholarship and then 2 is a very difficult thing to do, and I think Norm is very disappointed in that.
Also, Bob Sunbold and Coach Daly resigned effective at the end of the season. How do you feel about that?
Well, I hate to see that. I hate to see any coach lose his job, and I just... I don't understand all those things, how it goes and everything, but doggone it, something's got to be done about the cheating that's going on, and I hate to see anybody lose their job over something like that, and it might be a small thing.
That's the next question, John. Since this is a hot topic, I'm going to ask some hard questions
Yeah,
here
that's
also.
okay.
And one of which is the general consensus out there by John Q. Public all across the country that says college athletics is corrupt, that you have to cheat to recruit players nowadays.
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. Damon Bailey, Indiana didn't cheat to recruit him.
Most schools do not.
Yes, when we're talking about cheating, we can put those on one hand, man. And the coaches know who those are.
How about UNLV? Sanctions for something Jerry Tarkanian did over 10, 15 years ago.
I'm strongly opposed to that. And not so much a Tark, but Larry Johnson, Augman, and those guys that are there now that won a national championship had nothing to do with that. That happened 13 years ago, and I think that's unfair to those kids.
Enough on recruiting. If you've got a hot topic, let us know. We'll discuss it right here on Johnny Orr's show. Let's talk now about the schedule, because coming up, John, it is a tough schedule this year again.
Well, we have a terrific schedule, you know. There's no doubt about the Diet Pepsi Classic. Houston, North Carolina, South Carolina, and Iowa State. Then we come right back home and play Minnesota. Go on the road the next day and play Baylor. So it's going to be a tough schedule. We knew that, but we made the schedule a long time ago when we had some players we don't have now. And we're just going to go and do the best we can. I guarantee you we're going to make a really strong effort down there in Charlotte.
Well, you played Houston last night. Tonight it's either North Carolina or South Carolina, depending on who won that ball game. Monday, Hilton Coliseum, the Cyclone Television Network makes its debut for the season. That game will be on all over the state. Minnesota comes to town. Minnesota doesn't have the talent this year they had last year.
Well, they're still going to be good. They just lost Walter Bond, which is a bad break. I hate to see any player get hurt, too, because it might be your player. But Clem Hasson's done a great job up there, and they'll be very representative. And they got us up there in the last half last year. Hopefully we can turn it around this year.
That'll be the home opener for the Cyclones this year. Then Wednesday night at Baylor. What do you know about the Bears?
I know that's a long way, man, because I just came from there today, and that's a long way. So it'll be tough down there. Anytime you go on the road, Colorado went to Rice. Bang, Rice got them,
yeah.
You know. And you see a lot of games on the road now that those teams get bumped out. So you just got to go and do the best you can do. And I think this team of mine, I feel good about my team. I really do.
All right, John. Best of luck to you.
Okay.
Don't forget, 2 games coming up this week on the Cyclone Network. Baylor and, of course, Minnesota Monday night. And we'll be back next week with another Johnny Orr show. Till then, thank you for joining us. So long, everybody.
And now, here's Johnny.
This is the Johnny Orr Show.
Well, the streak is over, and it stopped at 8, John. Big victory over the Michigan Wolverines last week, and it had special meaning to you.
Well, it sure did. It's always special to beat Michigan for me, and it's good to get that streak over, boy. It's a lot nicer being with you today, baby.
Well, we're going to take a look at some of the highlights as the show wears on here. I think we should tell all our viewers that we had to tape this program just prior to the Indiana game, so we can't talk about last night's game because we had to get the show out to all the many network stations around the state. We'll talk about Indiana next week. So we're going to talk basically about Michigan. You shook up the starting lineup, and the lineup surprised some people, John.
Well, we had to do something, you know, and what I liked about it more than anything else, Mark, was the response we got from the guys we took out of the lineup. Justice and Doug and Paul, they come up and made 40 points coming off the bench. And if they do that every game, I'd keep them on there every game.
Now, you did start Skip McCoy. You started also Sean Jackson. Jackson went on to win Player of the Game honors.
Yeah, well, he had a great game. He was a guy that sparked us. He got us going. And he had 11 points and 8 rebounds, plus about 18 deflections, you know, and everything. He did a good job, and I think that's wonderful that he did that. Hopefully that'll spur him on to greater things.
Victor Alexander right now, John, is the 14th best shooter in the country, according to this week's NCAA statistics. Had another great game offensively against Michigan, but I think the thing that went unnoticed in that ball game was his defensive performance.
I think it was one of his better performances that he's ever had defensively for us, and he was aggressive, and I don't know if people have noticed or you noticed, we talked about before the show, Victor's moving a lot better now. He's particularly on the offense. Boy, he's taking it to the basket strong, and when he does things like that, it doesn't make any difference who he plays against. He's going to get his baskets.
And really, he's getting less rest now, too, because you got Bergman and Kuntz on the injured reserve list. So
yeah, well, he has to play now. I guess maybe he's worked a little harder because he has to play a little longer, and if he doesn't, he could die out there.
Well, John, let's go to the highlights. Hilton Coliseum returning home for only the second Cyclone home game of the season. And as you said, John, this was a dinger.
Oh, it was a dinger. It was great for us to get this win because we need it so badly. And it came against the Michigan team.
Look who's now leading the break.
Yeah, Big Vicky. He got in there, yeah. He's right in there.
That tells you right there that Victor Alexander is moving better when he's the first man down on the break.
Yeah. Well, they're shooters, man. They got some shooters on that team. Michigan. That Caleb, he's a good offensive player. So is the kid from Taylor.
Michigan shot 41% for the first half, only about 28% for the second half. But this was a dandy. Here's Justice.
That's a great move by Justice and a nice pass. And boom, Dorfeld makes her. Lays her right in there. Great move by Justice there.
Then, inside same play, but it's to Victor inside.
Another great play by Justice. When Justice is fresh and going and got his mind right, he can do things that no one else can do, those things.
Justice on the pull-up.
Bang. See, he could be a dynamo.
John, you were down by 12 early in this ball game. Did that worry you from the outset?
No. Hey, Coach, nothing worries me until that final horn blows anymore. You know, you never know what's going to happen.
Collins with a three-pointer, cut it down to 5, and then Caleb hits the running six-footer.
What a great basket that was.
7-point Michigan lead right now. And then...
Oh, good save by Vic.
Dorfeld.
Dumped it out, bing. Yeah.
Wide open from 15.
Dorf's been shooting well now. He's been shooting well. He got his confidence back. I think he's going to be okay.
Well, here's a young man that really had quite a game. Sean Jackson, only a freshman.
Oh, he made that shot.
Player of the game, our pioneer player of the game. And
he got nailed there, man.
And Dorfeld, nice one-hander.
Nice bucket, Dorf. A little stronger taking to the bucket now.
Skip McCoy also directing play out as point guard in this ball game. Gets the start, finds Jackson.
Great pass. Great pass there, Skipper.
And then a Cyclone steal. Mark Chappelle.
Yeah,
time running out. He gets it off in time, but it just won't fall. Halftime, John. Iowa State erased a 12-point deficit, and you were up by 1.
Yeah.
As you went to that halftime locker room, what were your thoughts?
I've seen this before, man. I've seen it before. Yeah, I didn't mean anything at that halftime time, Coach.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. The crowd was really into that ball game.
Great crowd. They're absolutely phenomenal. I tell you what, I don't know any place in America. You come home, be 1-8, and have a sellout crowd. And they were just great.
John, here you are in the midst of, well, I guess one more game to go as we tape this show, the Indiana game. But you're playing 4 of the Big Ten opponents this year.
Yeah, we should have beaten 2 of them now. We didn't, but we should have. But that's good. That's a great basketball league. You know, I coached in there a long time, and it's like the Big 8 now. It's a great basketball league, too.
Well, I tell you what, we're going to take time out right here, just like you did at halftime of the Michigan game. Get our thoughts together, come out with your second-half strategy.
Make sure we get back.
We'll be back with the Johnny Orr Show to show you a great win at Hilton after this timeout. Welcome back to this week's Johnny Orr Show, reflecting on Iowa State's big win over the Michigan Wolverines last Saturday, Hilton Coliseum. John, it's halftime right now. What'd you tell your team, halftime locker room?
I told them there's just only 20 minutes left. Play the same way they did the first 20, and it would be all right.
As long as you're 1 point ahead at the end, that'd be just fine with you.
Just play 20 more minutes, and then we're all right. And they did. They played better.
You went with the same lineup. You had one change halftime, I think, from your starting lineup, but you still had the youngsters out there in the second half.
Yeah, they did a good job. I can't complain about that. This week, we're going to change lineup again.
Ooh, we'll talk about that in just a moment or two. Let's go to the highlights. Second half, the Wolverines and Cyclones. Iowa State with a 1-point halftime lead. Second half, look at that. Norman Brown.
Norman Brown. That's a great pass from Sean Jackson.
Victor Alexander.
See, that's what Vic's got to do, man. Look at that. No one in America quicker than that on that second attempt. No one.
Justice Thigpen also had a good game.
Oh, he ran out of bounds play, bingo. And Justice topped it off with a good basket.
Up by 6 at that point in time. Iowa State's biggest lead. And then
here, see, we got all the breaks there. That ball
Sean Jackson just about got his legs taken off on that play, but he did get the hoop and got the free throw, too.
Ooh, they almost got us there.
Justice.
Yeah, man, that's big buckets, boy.
Up by 3. And then all of a sudden, Michigan.
Oh, and Doug Collins, he got wow there.
Well, they had a couple of players there accounting for almost all their points, didn't they?
Tough player.
Only 3 players scored in the first half for Michigan, but Iowa State came right back.
Dorfeld, that was a good basket.
He got hammered, too.
Well,
foul call.
Yeah.
Here's Sean.
Dump it into Vic.
Nice pass.
Oh, yeah, give it to Vic, and Vic put it in the hole, boy. Look at this move. Ooh, that's big time there, Coach.
Obviously, John, when you were struggling with that 8-game losing streak, one of the problems was you weren't getting the ball inside to Victor, were you?
No, not enough. There's a great basket by Sean Jackson again. There he comes again, passes into Vic. Ooh, look at that. We're getting the bounces today, boy.
Reverse lay-in. Iowa State up by 4. Then Collins comes up with a rebound.
Oh, that's a great.
Puts it on the floor.
Oh,
and still gets it.
Bounce right back in there. Boy, when things are going right, you're working hard, you get those breaks.
Doug's mom and dad were in the audience, so he wanted to have a great game.
Oh,
there was a great move.
Oh, he went up there so fast, I didn't realize it.
One of the best moves Doug has had in 2 years, and then Dorfeld again.
There's the inside
rebound. Jackson. Whew.
I like that, Jackson.
Better positioning on the boards, John, in this ball game.
Well, we played hard.
You knew you had it in the bag. Final score, 81-72. Johnny Orr is now 1 up on the Michigan Wolverines.
You don't know how well I felt after that, Coach. Whew.
2-1 at Iowa State against the Wolverines.
I know, isn't that amazing? Well, that's one good thing.
Of course, this one wasn't quite as big as the one a few years ago.
No, that was big up there. That was big. But this was big, Coach.
When you were losing 8 in a row.
Yeah, that's big, that's big.
Well, I tell you what, John, congratulations on that one. We're going to talk about the Indiana Hoosiers a little bit, your thoughts before the game. And then, of course, we've got more coming up, including our Cyclone Spotlight. We're going to be taking a look at one of the new faces this week. A young man that played at Des Moines Lincoln High School, then went up to Northern Iowa Community College. Brad Pippett, our guest, when the Johnny Orr Show continues. Well, as you may have discerned by now, this show's a heck of a lot more fun after a victory than it is.
I hope we have some more of these, Mark. I like this much better.
Tell you what, it's time now for our Cyclone Spotlight. Withhold your comments. We'll watch Keith's piece. Then you can talk about Brad Pippett. A new addition this year to the Cyclones, and we're going to meet Brad one-on-one right now.
Number 45, Brad Pippett, has played basketball in Iowa at every level. First in Des Moines for Lincoln High, then as an all-region player at Nyack, and now as a forward for the Cyclones. The 6'5 junior is excited about playing Division I basketball.
I know that we haven't ran like Coach Orr wants us to yet, but it's more up-tempo, and everybody's just bigger and stronger than they were at Nyack.
Pippett has always dreamed of playing in Hilton, and chances are good that's where his family hoped he'd end up too.
My grandpa and my dad came here, and my brother goes here now. And I always followed the Cyclones when I was in high school and before that. And thought it was really exciting to watch them play in the NC2A, and when they beat Michigan and made the Final 16. And I just, I don't know, it's just one of those things that I always look forward to.
And one of those things that has surprised Pippett involves Coach Johnny Orr. Pippett grew up watching Orr at ISU games and didn't know what he'd be like.
He's really a lot nicer guy than I thought he would be. You know, he's really open. He jokes with you. He talks with you a lot. I thought, you know, a college coach had too much pressure on him to, you know, meet other obligations or do other things instead of just coach and you know, be one of the guys, I guess.
Pippett has become one of the guys, but he says the Cyclones' brutal schedule has caused some growing pains.
It's been hard, really. You know, there's been some arguments and some guys, you know, showing that they are frustrated out there. because things aren't going, the way that we know they can go.
Pippett says the W column isn't the only casualty of such a tough schedule. He also says it takes its toll on study habits.
And it just makes me really concentrate on the homework and the studies when I get back. And I don't know, it's been tough though, I'll tell you.
But Brad Pippett says don't worry. His grades and the team will all come together by the end of the season. Reporting for the Johnny Orr Show, I'm Keith Murphy.
Well, John, you got one guy buffaloed. He says you're nicer than he even thought you were going to be.
Yeah, I tell you, that kid's going to be a good player. He's a good player. He's just having problems shooting, Mark. He's doing everything else he should be doing. He's just having some problems shooting. And I just hopeful. He's a hard worker, boy.
He says it's all going to come together, John.
Oh, I think he's right, and I hope he does too, because anytime he plays, he's going to give you 100%.
Brad Pippett, a new addition this year to the Cyclones. Well, in just a moment, we'll be back and make one of you viewers a winner as we dip into the Reebok shoebox. But right now, time out as we meet this week's Johnny Orr Show sponsors. Yeah, I like that. All right, this comes to us from David Doolittle, I believe, and he's from Story City, Iowa. He says, Dear John, what would a normal day of practice be like? Time you start and end, and when you watch films and have meetings, and when you eat, et cetera, et cetera. Good luck this year. I enjoy watching your team play. David Doolittle.
Well, David, the coaches come to work around 8 o'clock in the morning, and they have a meeting, and then they look at film. They discuss the day's practice, any things that we have to do, recruits, anything like that. Then at about 2 o'clock, we head down for the locker room, and practice ordinarily starts about 2:45. And we're on the floor then until about 4:30 or 5 o'clock, and after that, we come in and we have a brief meeting again, and then we usually depart for home somewhere around 6 o'clock in the evening.
So it's a long day for coaches.
Well, every day is a long day, Mark, and everything, but it's good you don't have to, it's good when you don't have to jump in a car, drive in the morning, and fly somewhere, and then fly back that night at 11, 12 o'clock.
Those are long days.
Those are long
Waco,
days,
Texas.
Yeah, Waco.
Boulder, Colorado.
I just don't ever want to go back to Waco. I like Waco, but I don't ever want to go back.
David Doolittle, John's going to take your card over to the office, and they'll be sending you a gift certificate, good for a free pair of Reebok shoes. Oh, my. Some of the stories you learned during commercial breaks.
Yeah,
right, John?
good. Yeah, I learned a lot. You know, I didn't learn all I learned in the classroom.
Well, that's good, John. Time now for our hot topic. And this week's hot topic, recruiting at Iowa State. Where do we stand? Well, we have two signed in the early signing period. One, All-Stater, Fred Hoiberg, right there, Ames High School. Probably going to play an off guard for Johnny Orr. And then the other one of the premier big men in the country, according to most recruiting services, from Ruthven Ayrshire. Aha, there he be, Mr. Meyer, Lauren Meyer.
Well, I'm going to tell you what, Coach. Freddie Hoiberg first. You couldn't ask for a better recruit. Excellent student, good basketball player, super kid, great family. Anything that you can say about him, he's it. Lauren Meyer is a duplicate. He's the same thing. He's just a heck of a kid with great family, and I like him. They love the Cyclones.
Lauren Meyer was ranked as one of the top 5 centers in the high school class across the nation. I guess Fred Hoiberg, depending on who you read, was ranked as one of the top 10 guard prospects in the country. So they're both blue chip recruits, John. But obviously you're going to have more than just 2 vacancies next year, right?
Yeah, we're going to have 3 or 4 others. We're going to pull some surprises here on these others. We're going to get some good players.
Obviously, with Victor graduating, you need all the big men you can get. Lauren Meyer's a big one, but he's a freshman. You looking at any junior college kids?
Yeah, we're looking at a lot of guys. Not a lot of guys. I say we're probably looking at 8 or 10 more players.
You can't talk about anybody specifically.
No,
that's against the rules. But you are optimistic.
Well, I'm optimistic. I'm always optimistic.
All total, how many scholarships we have available next year? How many recruits coming in, do you know?
5.
So you've got 2 down, 3 to go?
Yeah, I think so.
And the early signing period is April now,
But
right?
you know, a lot of things can happen. You know, a lot of things can happen. You could have 7, 6, 5. You could have a lot of numbers, man, depending on who passes, who doesn't pass.
Oh, getting to be that time of year also.
Well, there's going to be that's going to be a little bit of a problem, you know. I just saw, you see Purdue lost 2 guys.
Let me ask you this, John. With the travel schedule that you had, I think you were only in Ames one day after Thanksgiving for about 3 weeks. Did your travel schedule and the away-from-home schedule cause some problems for any of your players in classrooms to get
Oh,
behind?
yeah, no question. I'd lie to you. Didn't tell you the truth on that.
So it was
Sure
difficult for studies.
Very difficult. And well, that'll never happen again. That was a very unusual year, and I hope they'll understand that.
Well, I wish you the best of luck, and we hope that everybody makes the grade, so to speak, right?
Well, I do too, because that's a disheartening thing when some guy doesn't do that.
John, time to look ahead right now. I guess we could talk a little bit about your thoughts going into the Indiana game, because like we said, we had to record this prior to the game. What's your thoughts about Indiana?
Tough game, Coach. Very tough game. We had to play way better than we did, longer than we did against Michigan.
Best team you played so far next to Syracuse? Because Syracuse did beat
Syracuse,
Indiana.
North Carolina, Indiana, Houston, they're all in the same category. Baylor in the same category.
Obviously a well-coached team with Bob Knight. He's one of the best.
Well-coached,
best in
yeah, and
business.
great players.
All right. This week, Christmas Day, the players leave home, fly down to Tucson, Arizona. You get ready to play in Lutz tournament. We'll have those games on the air on the CTN on Thursday and Saturday. First round, you've got Temple.
Yeah, red hot right now. Really coming on. Mark Macon, Kilgore, they're really coming on. Got a slow start, but they're moving. And then you play the winner or the loser of the Arizona Pepperdine game.
And Arizona is taking Pepperdine in the first round, so it'll probably be Arizona going for the championship of their own team.
Right, yeah. But I think our game with Temple could be a good game. They're a strong rebounding team. Man, big, strong guys.
Temple played with Iowa, obviously, in the opening of the NIT.
Iowa had a great win there.
So you saw them a little bit. You know a little bit about
Yeah, they had a great win. That's a different team now than it was then.
All right. Well, we've got to go, John, but before we go, it is the holiday season. I want to wish everybody happy holidays. Rod Bodhole, one of our field producers.
Happy holidays.
Look at this.
Oh, Rodney, I love you, boy. Well, Rodney, you're one of the nicest TV guys I ever met.
Have a cookie and enjoy. Have a victory this week.
Oh, that'd be great, boy. That'd be great.
See you next week, same time, same place. Johnny Willis Show.
And now, here's Johnny.
This is the Johnny Orr Show.
Hello again, everyone. Happy holidays and welcome to the Johnny Orr Show. Here we are between Christmas and New Year's, and as we come to you today, John, you're down in Arizona.
Yeah, that's a good deal, Coach.
Get out of this Iowa cold.
Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. We've had the cold weather, haven't we?
Oh, believe you me, and it's been cold down in Arizona, too. The other day, it was well below freezing in the morning.
Yeah, nice. No, gonna be nice. And let me tell you what, no matter how cold it was, our fans still came to the games.
Oh, they sure
They were
did.
great at Michigan and Indiana. They were super.
Let's talk about the Indiana game, John. First of all, it was a dinger, like you said, for the first half. Second half, a little cold shooting.
Well, it was a good basketball game, though. We really got after them. Cheney had a great second half, and if we had just made a few free throws, Mark, and a couple of shots, that would have been a heck of a basketball game right on through the wire. But our effort was good. We just had tough luck at the line and at the field goals.
Free throws, 11 of 23.
That's terrible, say.
48%.
That's horrible. If we make, what if we make 19 of 23? It's a game, man.
19
It's a dinger.
19 of 23, you win the ball game.
Yeah, and we're shooting a lot of one-on-ones there, see, and missing them. And we're just not doing some of the things, but we're playing hard now. And we're really playing well, and I think you saw that we can guard people. In Michigan and Indiana, we can do those things. We can play with anyone. We can be aggressive. We out-rebounded them both. We out-rebounded Iowa and Iowa.
That's going to be a tremendous...
We got a lot of good things going. We just got to get our guards shooting the ball. And I'm sure they're going to do that. I'm hoping they're going to start right away.
You know, I heard you on your radio show after the game, and you were talking about Skip McCoy and Brian Pearson and how well they perform in practice.
Yeah.
They were just off the mark.
Just can't get it down. And then Dorfeld here, who was really up for the game, has a bad game for us. And things like that are just happening to us. And I think it's all coming together, though. We're getting better and better.
Well, John, I tell you what, let's take a look at the highlights, because this was a big game, and obviously the weather didn't keep the fans at home. Hilton Coliseum packed, and Norman Brown really going to town.
Great tip by Norman there. He has a great tip.
He had some great plays, but here was the man that really
he's good, Cheney.
Three-pointer right side. Iowa State down by 5 early. Inside to Victor. Back out to Justice.
Yep.
In the paint. Up
Good.
and in.
Good basket there by Justice.
Down by 7. Then Big Vic. High post. Turns from 15. Swish.
Yeah, Vic had a good game. He played well. And, boy, Doug Collins had a great half. You talk about Cheney. That Doug had a fantastic second half, man.
Had a great basket right there, too.
Beautiful. He took old Damon Bailey right to the hoop there. And,
this time, inside.
good pass by Doug.
Victor gets the roll and the foul. That cut it down to 5 points. This game was very similar to the Michigan game. You got behind early, but then you really came on late in the first half, John.
Well, we played awfully hard, and if we could just look at there, we got an easy shot. There's a great tip by Norman again.
Unbelievable, way above the rim.
This was his finest game for us.
Down by 3 at that point in time. Then Collins drains the 3, and that tied the ball game.
Yeah, there's a great basket here.
Oh, great basket by Dorfeld underneath. Halftime, you were down by 1. Then we go to the second half, and Norman Brown starts out hot again.
Nice pass from Vic, and we'd worked on that. I was glad to see him do that. Them Meeks are a bad shooter, man. Popped that three-pointer in, and he only shot twice all day.
He was 2 for 9 from three-point land until that game, and he drains that one. Then Victor goes to work inside.
Yeah, we made a nice steal there. We got after Jones and made a great steal. And we're playing well. You get that. Look at the bounces.
Gets
Boy,
the
they're getting
roll.
the bounces, man.
Cheney right there.
Yeah, we're not getting
Downell Bivens.
Yeah, nice basket.
He gets in the action.
He's going to
here.
be a good player, too, Mark. He's going to be awful good.
Final score, John, 87 to 76. And an old friend shakes your hand.
Yeah.
Good coach.
Well, he is. He's a good coach and a good guy, and appreciate him bringing the Hoosiers out here, and so did all Cyclone fans.
You know, I had a chance to visit with Coach Knight, and he mentioned that this was the last game in the series between you two right now. But he said, we're willing to keep playing Iowa State as long as Johnny Orr is at Iowa State.
I know it.
Do you want to renew that series?
Well, we're going to look it over here now. We're going to see how things are going, Coach.
Want a little easier schedule next year.
Oh,
Huh?
we'd like to have Indiana come, though. I like to come and play. I wouldn't mind playing Indiana every year.
You know, one thing that surfaced in the post-game comments, both from you and Coach Knight, that is that Coach Knight said, hey, I'd rather have Iowa State join the Big Ten than Penn State.
Oh, yeah.
How do you feel about that?
Well, I would, too. I would like that. I've told Max that. I said that long ago, and I spoke at Knight's banquet there. You know, his birthday, I mentioned that. I think that'd be a great thing for Iowa State. I really do, financially and competitively and everything.
But is it going to happen?
Oh, I don't think so, Coach. Any suggestion I make is not very good. That's just a suggestion, Coach.
Right. Well, don't go away. Coming back, we'll talk about the Fiesta Bowl Classic. Iowa State down in Arizona getting ready for another big game coming up tonight. We'll have that story and more when the Johnny Orr Show continues after this time out. Oh, boy. We are back on the Johnny Orr Show from down in Arizona, staying at the Ventura Canyon. Is that right?
Ventura Canyon Resort.
Oh, you got a nice place to stay.
Well, one of the nicer places around. Some places that, if it wasn't for coaching, I would never frequent, Mark. But it's beautiful, and Lute, he really takes care of you. There's no question about that.
This is a great tournament, isn't it?
Super tournament. Oh, man, and hard to get in. Big money tournament, and great teams in this tournament. And of course, Lute's team is a great team. But boy, oh boy, to give you good prizes here, your players get nice gifts, and the coaches get nice gifts. Giving me a set of ping golf clubs.
Ooh.
That's not a bad little gift, is it?
No, it isn't.
No.
That's just what you need, John. You've only got about 32
I
sets of golf clubs.
Well, I'm going to see if I can't get this for somebody else. But they're awful nice, and they treat you wonderful, and a great place.
You know, you were mentioning on your radio show the other night, one of the reasons you went down there is because it means a lot of money to Iowa State, right?
Well, it does. It does, and, you know, we're in the two biggest money tournaments in the country, the Charlotte tournament, Diet Pepsi, and this one here, the Fiesta Bowl. And that takes a lot of revenue and helps the non-revenue sports.
That's a good tune-up also right before the Big 8 starts, right?
Oh, yeah, great competition and nice weather and everything is a good place to go.
Well, I tell you what, Thursday night, Iowa State open play in the Fiesta Bowl Classic against the Temple Owls, John Cheney and company. And, of course, they have a great guard named Mark Macon. With the story and the highlights of Thursday night's game, let's go to our own Keith Murphy. Keith?
Tourney time in Tucson, and Johnny Orr tried another new lineup against Temple. And the new starting five of Alexander, Brown, Jackson, Collins, and McCoy responded early, especially the point guard, true freshman Skip McCoy.
And he hits it. McCoy with his second three-pointer of the game.
But All-American Mark Macon brought the Owls back, finishing the first half with this jumper.
Macon going one-on-one on Chappelle. Gets around him, launches, and gets the roll. And Mark Macon with his 11th point of the ball game.
In the second half, it was time for the stars to shine. Victor Alexander pours in 30 for the Cyclones.
11, and Alexander dumps it in.
While Mark Macon counters with 26 Owl points, but it was Macon's miss from the line that allowed Iowa State's Paul Dorfeld to send the game into overtime.
15 seconds to tie.
Got plenty of time.
Dorfeld takes it from the corner, hits it! It's only for two. Time still running. Temple can't stop the clock. 2-1. We may have overtime. We do.
From there, it didn't get any better for Temple coach John Chaney. Alexander continued to lead the Cyclones.
Ahead to Collins. Back to Victor.
Nice feed by Collins, who said we haven't seen many fast breaks in this game, but Iowa State gets one right when they need it.
But Temple would get one more chance. In the final seconds, Paul Dorfeld misses a pair of free throws.
Temple cannot stop the clock. 8 seconds left to play. No timeouts remaining. This one here causes Temple to go for 3.
Now they can get, don't foul. Yep, you can't foul. You got to make him shoot it in. Macon's looking at the clock. He's going to dribble it.
It's a 3, and Iowa State has won it.
The Cyclones pick up their biggest road win in recent memory. Reporting for the Johnny Orr Show, I'm Keith Murphy.
Is over, and Iowa State will play in the championships.
All right, Keith, thank you very much. And don't forget, tonight's game with the Cyclones is again going to be televised on most of the same Cyclone Television Network stations. Coming up on the Johnny Orr Show, we'll have our Cyclone Spotlight. This week, the spotlight shines on a young freshman that's really been coming on, Sean Jackson, next on the Johnny Orr Show. Again, happy holidays, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Johnny Orr Show. And it's time now for our Cyclone Spotlight. And this week, our guest is a young freshman, John, that has really been coming on. He earned Player of the Game honors a couple of weeks ago against Michigan. Sean Jackson.
He's coming on is right, and getting better and better and better every game. He does something for your team out there when he's in the game. And it gives him a spark, and certainly has to be given a responsibility and the credit for making our team play so much better lately.
Well, Sean Jackson earned himself a starting spot for a couple of games. We'll talk about the starting lineup for this weekend's tournament in a couple of moments. But right now, let's meet him one-on-one. Keith Murphy has his story. Sean Jackson, our guest in the Cyclone Spotlight.
Number 22, Sean Jackson, is just a freshman on the Cyclone team, but the 6'5" forward has already had an impact. Jackson started against Michigan and provided the Cyclones with quite a spark by constantly hustling and playing hard at both ends of the court. Jackson's all-around play had a lot to do with the 81-72 win. The performance didn't go unnoticed by Johnny Orr. He put Jackson back in the starting lineup for the Indiana game. And all of this fits in with the forward's desire to eventually play from buzzer to buzzer.
Back at high school, I played the whole game. Hopefully, if I work hard enough, well, I will work hard enough in practice, I'll be in there playing a lot more than what I am now.
Jackson was a star player at Chicago's Dunbar High School, but finds the college game much different.
The athletes are a lot more better, and you have to play a lot harder all the time in order to compete, and you have to run a lot more.
Jackson's biggest strength could be his overall athletic ability. Cyclone fans first witnessed Jackson's athleticism at this year's slam dunk contest.
There goes, there goes. Yeah!
I knew I was gonna win, yeah, because I already knew what I had in mind. And we always dunk like just practice dunking back at high school and back on the playground. We always just playing around, seeing what we can do, trying to imitate Air Jordan or anyone else.
Jackson says the dunking is far less important than winning, and he'd like to see his team really take control in 1991.
Well, we have to first accept our problems, because if we don't do that, we won't get anywhere. And I think we've done that right now.
Basketball won't last forever, and Jackson is looking to the future. He's an outstanding student athlete with a career already in mind.
I already have a pre-declared major, electrical engineering. That's what I hope to. I will achieve my degree in electrical engineering, and I think that's what I want to do in life.
Sean Jackson, already on his way to achieving his goals both on and off the court. For the Johnny Orr Show, I'm Keith Murphy reporting.
Well, there's already a success story. You know, John, we interviewed him when he just came to Iowa State, and he says, I'm not sitting. I didn't come here to sit.
Let me tell you, his mother and father, you know, died when he was about 10 or 12 years old, and he's lived a tough life, brother, and his brother helped him through there, and he isn't a quitter. He's going to work, and he's going to be successful. He's a guy, I don't care where he came from or what his background is or anything else. That kid, I'd bet my life he's going to be successful.
And he said, I want to graduate electrical engineering.
Well, that's a little tough, but you can go from a lot of places with that. You know?
Believe it.
I started out to be a lawyer, and look at me, man.
Well, don't go away. There's a whole lot more of the Johnny Orr Show coming straight ahead. But right now, time out as we take a look at this week's Johnny Orr Show sponsors.
Oh, yeah, you know, I've made a couple bucks in there.
I tell you what, right now it's time to dip into the Reebok shoebox and make somebody a winner during this holiday season. Somebody also is going to get a free pair of Reebok shoes, and the winner is, well, let's see here, Leslie M. Green of, Wisconsin?
Boscobel.
Boscobel, Wisconsin?
Boscobel, Wisconsin.
You're watching your show up in Wisconsin?
Well, I know Boscobel. I used to coach there at Dubuque, go right down Boscobel. Sure.
It says, Dear Johnny, what is the difference in the three-point shot, pros versus college? Is it still 2 shots after 16 fouls? Better answer this, John.
Well, the difference is they all count 3 points. The pros just shoot back about 2 feet farther, which I think is a good thing. In fact, I think it's about 2.5 feet. I'm not exactly sure. And you shoot 2 shots now after 10 fouls.
That's a new rule this year.
That's a new rule. 10 fouls and a half. Then the 10th foul, you start shooting 2 shots every time.
Three-point line in college is what distance?
I think it's 19 feet, 9 inches or something like that.
Is it too short, John?
I think it's way too short. Way too short.
All right. Back now on the Johnny Orr Show, and it's time for our weekly hot topic. And each week we talk about one of the issues that might be making headlines that sometimes is controversial. And this week's hot topic, the UNLV Runnin' Rebels. Ranked #1 in the nation, they hoisted the national championship flag in their arena recently at their first home game. But here they are back under investigation. Now, you might recall the Runnin' Rebels were banned from this year's NCAA tournament. Then that decision was reversed. Now, 29 new allegations are confronting UNLV. John, how do you feel about this?
The only thing they can do to stop this, they got to get tougher sentences when they get them. They got to get tough on them, man. They got to get rid of the coaches. They got to suspend the players that are involved, and they got to put that school on probation, man. Not let them take any of that TV money or anything. Then they got a chance to cut it out. But when you just slap their wrists like they've been doing here, that's no good.
This year, UNLV gets to play in the tournament, and Tark's already said, hey, I'm thinking about resigning and maybe retiring next year. So really, there's not much penalty there except for the guy following Tark.
Well, I don't think that's fair to nail a guy following anybody. But if they prove something, if they've proved things and everything, then the penalties have got to be stronger.
They reversed the decision, John, allowing UNLV back in the tournament.
Yeah, I was in favor of that.
Should they change that now with 29 new allegations confronting the program?
Well, I don't know. I got to think that over. But none of those kids on this team
were
involved in any of those things. So I'd hate to see them not be able to play.
But the penalties need to be tougher.
See, they got to do something with the coaches.
All right.
They got to get rid of the coaches.
John, while we have some moments here, let's talk about the schedule, because first of all, everybody knows we're playing down in Arizona tonight in the Fiesta Bowl Classic. But next week, coming up, this coming Wednesday night, the Drake Bulldogs and Rudy Washington come to Hilton Coliseum. This will be Rudy's first trip as head coach. He was there as an assistant in Iowa. How do you feel about the Bulldogs this year?
Well, they're struggling, but I think Rudy's got them going the right direction. I think he's got the support now of the president and the school, and I think they're going to have great teams.
And Rudy is recruiting some athletes, isn't he?
Getting some good players, and Rudy's a good recruiter.
They're awful young right now, and that's part of the problem, the learning process, growing up, maturing. But I'll tell you what, they are talented.
Oh, yeah, and they get after you. This will be a good game we play them here.
And they had some red shirts, so the future looks very bright for the Drake Bulldogs. And, of course, coming home to Hilton, you'll be ready to do that again, won't you?
Yep, that's our only game at home, you know, till the 19th of January.
You got something like, what, 12 of your first 17 on the road?
Yeah, something like that. Unusual is happening.
You got to get working on that schedule.
You watch next year.
Bring them all to Hilton.
We got them all coming.
Well, I tell you what, that's the Johnny Orr Show for this week, and we certainly hope you enjoyed it, that you'll join us for the Cyclone games on the Cyclone Network. And next week, we'll be right here, same time, same place, with another Johnny Orr Show. Until then, on behalf of the coach, Happy New Year, everybody. So long for now.
And now, here's Johnny.
This is the Johnny Orr Show.
Hello again, everyone. Happy New Year, and welcome to the first Johnny Orr Show of 1991. And, John, this past week, you traveled all the way down to Arizona, came home, finally, fourth game, I guess it was, at home, and you played Drake. And you had one loss and one win. How do you feel about your team right now?
Well, I think the win against Drake certainly was a good thing for us, get us ready today for Colorado mentally. And I think now we're going to play, we'll play well against Colorado. This team of mine is a strange team. They get up, fired up when we play the great teams, you know, and we're not good enough to beat them. We come up there close to them, we can't beat them. Then we play people we should put away, and we come out like we don't have any desire to play them. And that's what happened last week against Drake until the very end. We finally woke up and took it in there and just scored basket after basket on them.
Let's talk first, John, about the Fiesta Bowl Classic down there at Lutz home stomping grounds, Tucson, Arizona. You whipped Temple in overtime in the first game, and then you had to play one of these top 8 giants again. You played 4 teams in the top 8 now.
Yeah, well, that's a load. And Arizona was very good. They were no good against Pepperdine. And I thought maybe we'd be able to catch them. And doggone, I knew they'd be ready for me. You want to beat me, you know. And they played extremely well. It was the best game of the year, they said. And we didn't play badly. We hung in there, but they were really on and playing in their gym and everything. It was a real experience for our team.
Well, out of 4 teams, second only to the 4th-ranked Wildcats. You also had some other good news. Kuntz got back in action.
Yeah, Phil got back, and he's playing pretty well. Helped us last night against Drake and did a good job out there against Arizona. But he's back now, and hopefully he'll finish up the season now and be good.
All right, let's check some of the highlights. Let's go down to Tucson, Arizona. Last Saturday, and it was the Arizona Wildcats against Iowa State. Victor Alexander had another great game, made the all-tournament team.
Yeah, Vic, he played against great big guys here. You know, he played against guys. There's Chris Mills.
Boy, that's a player.
Huh, what a talent he is. He's got Kentucky on probation, you know. And there's that kid, Muehlbach. He's an excellent player, too. He's an excellent player. That was a nice pass there. That was a good pass.
Mark Chappelle got a little more playing time down in Arizona. He's coming on.
Yeah, I keep thinking he's going to do it here one of these days.
Dorfeld started turning on. He had a great game.
Dorfeld played well. He was our leading rebounder and second leading scorer in this game.
Brian Pearson, playing with a 100-degree temperature, had the flu, but still drains the 3 right there.
Brian, I think he'll be back with us here before. That was a great pass to Kuntz from.
Collins set an assist record down there.
He certainly did. He's not only throwing the ball well, passing it well, but he's playing defense very well. Oh, boy.
What a basket that was.
Yeah, I don't know what that was. That might have been a few steps there with that.
But it counts. Then Mills.
Oh, yeah, they're a good team. When you get back on defense, they rebound the ball. There's another nice pass, another nice pass. Kuntz took that right up there, see, and he does that. Look at that. That guy's 6'6", Coach. He's good.
He had 20 points in the ball game. Then Victor inside.
That was a nice pass.
Victor, 51 points in 2 games down there.
Yeah, he could. I think he was the leading scorer in the tournament, probably.
Brad Pippett came in a little bit.
Did a good job, and he's getting better and better. Mark, he's playing very well. There's Kuntz hits a jumper. No, missed it, but it's tipped in by Dorfeld, see?
Oh, a tremendous rebound.
Yeah, that's good, and we're gone here, but we worked hard right till the end, and there's a nice basket by Justice.
Played hard, but not enough horsepower to overcome the 4th-ranked Arizona Wildcats, 102-77.
Great tournament, though. It's a great tournament. I think it's the greatest tournament I've ever been in.
2nd place, not bad.
No, I had to bring that trophy home in a truck. Man, that's heavy.
Gave you a lot of nice gifts.
Well, they gave the players great gifts. They treated the hospitality was unbelievable, and it was terrific. Lute's a different guy.
He certainly is. And I'll tell you one thing, Arizona's really got some basketball fans now, too, because that place was jam-packed every night.
I made a few bucks there.
Yeah, they were.
They give us a lot of money for coming out there.
Hawking tickets outside for about $50 a night.
No, I know. I was big. You know, they had the Copper Bowl there Monday. We played that final Saturday. Didn't even have it in the paper.
Yeah.
Didn't have anything about that. Had big pictures, everything. That's basketball country, man.
I'll tell you, you're right there, John. Well, in just a moment, we'll return to Hilton Coliseum and take a look at last Wednesday night's game between the Drake Bulldogs and Iowa State when the Johnny Orr Show continues after this timeout. Welcome back to this week's Johnny Orr Show. Time now to reflect to Wednesday night, Hilton Coliseum. Only the 4th time in 14 games that Iowa State played at home, and you made the most of it, John. You also set a school record there for block shots in a game. Boy, you were swatting them away.
Well, they're not very big, you know. It was easy to block them, so we did a good job on that, and that helped us. That made up for our lack of rebounding a little bit. You know, you block 13 shots, that's like 13 rebounds.
Yep.
So makes up for a lot of things, and if you do that every game, it'd be tremendous.
You had a good shooting night there, John. You shot 56% from the floor and 70% at the line.
Ooh, that's almost a record from the line for us, you know. We don't shoot that ball very well, those free throws. In fact, Indiana game, we only shot 45% of our free throws. You know, that cost us a chance of victory there.
26 of 37. You went to the line a lot.
Well, yeah, that's unusual, too. Usually the other team goes to the line more than we do here at Hilton. We're the only home team that shoots less free throws than the opponent, you know. That's the truth. We check that all over the conference, everywhere we go. We're the only school in the league shoots less free throws.
Why is that, John?
Well, I don't know why it is. I mean, they call more fouls, I guess.
They must not like you, John.
Oh, that isn't it. They don't like me. I don't like them too well.
Let's go to the highlights. Wednesday night, the Bulldogs and the Cyclones and Iowa State red hot from the outset. Victor Alexander, 21 points in the first half alone, draining that one from about 18 feet.
That was a good move by Vic. He's gotten a lot more maneuverable. I think that was a good pass. Drake passed the ball, I thought, extremely well.
Out to a 10-point lead, John, and Drake came back and cut it down to just 1, and then sort of a seesaw battle from that point on until the end.
Yeah, I was, and I thought they did that. Boy, I was impressed with Drake. I really was. And
little Mark Rambling had a good game, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. That's George's boy.
There's Victor with a slam from Thigpen. Victor, big night. The pioneer player of the game also.
14 out of 16, that's pretty good.
Alley-oop.
That's a good play there.
Doug Collins played well.
Oh, he and Kuntz and Dorfeld got us going. They sparked us.
There's a nice pick and roll from Kuntz. Just before halftime, you went into the halftime locker room. Up by 3, 39-36, John.
Yeah. And then now here we're starting to go here a little bit more, I think. This is the latter part of it.
The press was Drake's demise in the second half because you just had easy basket after easy basket. There was a nice one by Kuntz. Brown inside.
Great pass from Doug. You know, that was a great pass to Norman.
Up by 4 at that point. It was close till then.
Hey, now Doug's really hustling. There's Norman. Watch him move it up.
Everybody's hustling. Right back to Norman.
Bang, he dunked it.
Up by 6. Then, let's take a look at Victor Alexander coming up on this play.
He's going to follow up. See, Vic is
fast break.
He's been on the bench. He's rested, and now he's running pretty good.
Iowa State up by 11 at that point in time, and matters just kept growing here for Iowa State.
That's a good play
Big
by
Vic.
Justice.
Iowa State by 15.
Another good play by Justice. Great bounce pass.
nice move to his left.
That was a good basket there by Dorf. He come on here, really helped us down the stretch. He really did. He come on.
86-69, Iowa State over Drake. And Rudy Washington makes his first visit as a head coach to Hilton Coliseum.
Rudy's going to do a good job.
He sure is. You've never lost to Drake at Hilton Coliseum.
No, that was the biggest win I ever had my first year here. You know, that was a big win for us.
Mm-hmm.
Beat them. They had Lewis Lloyd, you know.
Drake's got some talent, but youthful talent.
Yeah, they're going to be okay, though. He'll go out and get some bigger kids, and they're going to be plenty good. I think that a couple years down the line, you'll see Drake will be really strong in the Missouri Valley.
Well, they were 1-0 on the road coming in here. They whipped Arizona State down in Tempe, and that was a shocker.
Yeah, and that's the only loss they've had. Frieda wrote me a letter about that.
Tremendous win for Drake.
I can't tell you what it said, but he wrote me a letter.
All right. Well, don't go away. Coming up next on the Johnny Orr Show, our Cyclone Spotlight. This week, it falls on one of the new faces, Mark Chappell, our guest, when the Johnny Orr Show continues. Welcome back to the Johnny Orr Show. Time now for our Cyclone Spotlight. And this week, we're going to talk about a young man named Mark Chappell. Tell us all about him, John.
Well, Mark, you know, is from Indianapolis, and he's given us some good minutes. He's had some good games for us. He's up and down. He hasn't been very consistent yet, but I think Mark is going to be an excellent player. He's a great junior college player, and he's a good kid. He's a hard worker, and he has all the attributes to become a good player.
Second team All-American last year in
junior college. And he's a great shooter and everything. He has not shot well with us. Neither junior college player. Here, Brad Pibbett have shot well, but I'll tell you, they're getting better and better, and I think as the Big 8 goes, they'll play more and more.
All right, well, let's meet him right now, up close, because this week, Keith Murphy visited with Mark Chappell, our guest in the Cyclone Spotlight.
Number 13, Mark Chappell, is a 6'3" guard from Indianapolis. The junior college transfer made the All-American team last year at Lincoln College, scoring 23 points a game. Johnny Orr expected Chappell to compete for a starting spot, but his play on the court has been erratic for the Cyclones. He's looked great at times, but off the mark on other occasions. He remains optimistic, though, and expects to eventually work his way into the first 5.
Well, every day of practice, I work, try to work as hard as I can and improve my game, and hopefully, I can work my way into that starting lineup. As I'm not complaining about coming off the bench right now, but that's a goal, to get up there in the starting lineup. On the offensive end, I think I have to exert myself more, take the open shots instead of trying to drive and force things, and just concentrate more. Defensively, I'm doing pretty good. I'm, hustling and everything. So it's just mostly the offensive end right now that I need to work on.
The Cyclones have played the biggest monster schedule in the country, seemingly always on the road and playing a top team. But Chappell says the team has gotten better because of that schedule, and all goals are still within reach.
Our confidence is still high right now. We knew coming into this season that we were going to face a tough schedule right off the back, and Coach Orr told us at the beginning, don't get down if we lose some of those games, because it's still a long season, and everybody believe every day in practice we come out like we have won the last game, and we work hard. So I think everything's going to fall in place.
Chappell is easy to talk to and very conversational, and that fits right in with his career plans.
I'm going into social work, sociology, and I'm doing pretty well in there so far in that field, and I kind of like it. Get out to talk to people and do stuff like that, community work and stuff like that.
Mark Chappell. He says the best is yet to come. Reporting for the Johnny Orr Show, this is Keith Murphy.
He's had a couple of big games already.
Well, he did. He was great in the Houston game down there. He played very well against Temple out there. He got a couple buckets and did a great job defensively for us and everything. He's just been a little up and down, like I say, but, boy, he's a good kid, and I think he's going to, he had a big adjustment coming from junior college.
Sure. Well, in just a moment, we're going to make one of you viewers a winner as we reach into the Reebok shoebox. But first, it's time right now to meet this week's Johnny Orr Show sponsors. Vanderhaan Aarons, I believe it is. Because we get to know your players through their playing years at ISU, I'm curious about where they go after they finish playing for you. Specifically, what are Terry Woods and Mike Bourne doing now?
Well, Michael Bourne is down in Des Moines. He's been over in Germany, been all over Europe. He's played with several teams, and now he's down looking for a job in Des Moines. Terry Woods is back in school, and hopefully he'll graduate here at the end of the spring semester or the end of summer semester. And both of them are great kids, and hope they get, well, Mike has his degree, and Terry is working on his.
And I understand that Mike's doing a little artwork also for Ron Sigler at Sigler.
Yeah, he does. You know, he's a very
talented
guy and ambitious guy. He's going to do all right no matter what he does. He'll do okay.
Well, Deb from Storm Lake, congratulations. You'll receive a gift. Hello again. Welcome back to the Johnny Orr Show. Time now for our hot topic on the Johnny Orr Show. And we have several things to talk about this week. We're going to talk a little basketball, a little football. First of all, John, we're going to talk about a new face that's coming to the Cyclones from Vanderbilt. Former Valley Tiger, Morgan Wheat's coming to Iowa State.
Yes, and I think he's going to be a good player for us. I hope he gets 2 years on a health hardship, you know, medical hardship. But if he just gets 1 year, he's going to make a good addition to our team. He can shoot the ball, he can run, and I think our style of play will be good for him.
Morgan has to sit out a transfer year now, and he becomes eligible, what, second semester from
Yeah, he'll come like December 20th next year.
Next year, so he can play at least one semester. He's going to see if he can maybe get an extra hardship year, right?
For a whole year, yeah.
And if so, that would mean how many semesters? 2 or 3?
It'd be 3.
All right. Well, the best of luck to Morgan Wheat, and looking forward to see him again. He was a great player for West Des Moines Valley. A couple other topics we want to talk about. Big 8 coming up. Usually at this time of the season, you always tell us who your favorite is to win the Big 8 conference. What's your pick?
My favorite's Missouri. Now that Peeler's back.
Boy, the other night, he and Smith both scored 29 at Memphis State.
Yeah, and that's unreal. But he's back, and he and Smith are probably the 2 best players in our league.
Oklahoma's always tough. They're going to be tough again.
Oh, they're going to be good. So is Kansas now, and Okie State. Nebraska's having a great start. They're having a super start, and that's great because
Are they for real? Are they going to be that good in the Big 8, John?
Oh, I think they're for real. You don't play as long as they have now. They went up to Green Bay the other night and beat them, Wisconsin, Green Bay, and that's a hard place to win.
So this is going to be one of the toughest years ever in the Big 8 Conference.
Well, I think from top to bottom it's going to be really tough.
All right. Let's ask you the question that coaches all around the country were asked this past week. Who's your #1 team at college football?
Oh, my team's Colorado. There's no question about that. They beat Notre Dame. They were #1. There's no reason they shouldn't stay #1.
But Georgia Tech doesn't even have a loss.
They've tied, though. Tied North Carolina, played a dog schedule. There's no question in my mind. That shouldn't even be debatable.
All right, one other topic, briefly, John. Starting this week, the NCAA convention is underway once again.
Yeah.
And it looks like there's going to be some reforms possibly passed.
Oh, yeah, you know, trying to cut scholarships from 15 to 13, cut the size of the coaching staffs, and they're trying to make the scholarships 4, 1 year, 7, and 2 years. Total, there's some big issues coming up. I've discussed all those issues with Max, and hopefully we're gonna vote the way that's the fair way.
Well, we'll see what happens and discuss it possibly on next week's show, some of the ramifications of the actions.
But there's going to be some action.
You better believe it. Let's check the schedule, because tonight, as you can see, Iowa State plays at Colorado. That game will be aired on most of the same Cyclone Television Network stations, 8 p.m. Then Tuesday, on the road again, John. You go on the road here for about 3 straight games, don't you?
I can't believe it. I can't believe what's happening to us.
Who made the schedule out?
Well, I did, but I can't believe what's happening to us.
Big game tonight in Colorado, isn't it?
Big game. It's a big game for us. Opening conference game. It would be certainly a plus for us if we could win it.
Can you beat the Buffs on the road?
Well, it's going to be very difficult. We've only won a couple times out there. Last year we bombed out there. They blitzed us after we blitzed them here. But I think we'll go out with a good attitude. Now that we've beaten Drake, I think we'll have an opportunity.
Good luck to you.
Thank you very much.
And we'll have highlights of that game and talk about that one next week. Same time, same channel, right here on the Johnny Orr Show. On behalf of the coach, I'm Mark Matthews saying thank you for joining us. Have a good week, everybody.
Now, here's Johnny.
This is the Johnny Orr Show.
Hello again, everyone. Welcome to this week's Johnny Orr Show. And the Cyclones are pumping it up, John. 4 of the last 7 games have turned out to be victories and a great road win this past week at Creighton.
Yeah, we played very well. Our best team performance. All 8, 9 players that played did a good job, and that's what we had to do to win on the road. We shot 66%, a new record, and we still fought it right down to the end to win. So that's what you got to do on the road. You got to have great games, and we did that. At Colorado, we got off to a bad start.
John, let's talk about that game. First of all, it seems like the Cyclones were hitting well. They're playing pretty good defense, but the thing is, turnovers killed you at Colorado.
Well, their press hurt us terrifically, and we just didn't make a change quick enough. We had no change to make with Pearson. We did bring him in, but he was sick. And we got behind. We gave him, 20 uncontested points or 16, something like that. And then we played pretty well. And they're a better basketball team than everyone thinks they are.
Colorado's sort of a funny team when they play Iowa State. Last year you go over there and you lose by about 20 or so, and you come back here and win by about 23, 24. A 45-point swing between the 2 games last year. So the home court means a lot in that contest, doesn't it?
Well, I think that's the biggest home court right there of any of them.
The travel distance figure in?
Yeah, and usually not many people there, although they had a few people this time. But you never knew there was anyone there. I mean, they don't say anything or anything, you know. And it's kind of a strange thing. I tell you, it's a trip I hate more than any.
You know, you did have a lot of Cyclone fans there, of the few that were there.
Yeah, I think we probably have 500 Cyclones come every year. And sometimes we play well out there, but most time we don't play very well. But this wasn't bad.
Before we go to the highlights, John, let me ask you a little bit about Brian Pearson. Obviously, the team misses him.
Oh, yeah.
Brian with mononucleosis. How long will he be out of action?
Well, I think 1st of February you'll start, start coming around. I don't look for him to be healthy or anything until the middle of February.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. You went to Justice Thigpen against Creighton, and what a job he did.
Terrific.
But let's take them one at a time. Let's reflect. Colorado last Saturday night, Boulder, the CU Special Events Center. And Iowa State starts out scoring the first 2. Dorfeld hits the jumper here.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be pretty good. I thought we were ready to play, and I think we were ready to play. Victor got down the floor, beat Vandiver. Outplayed Vandiver in the game, but didn't do any good for us. There's another, see, Pearson moves that ball up. There, whips it in there, dug into Victor, again beats him back down the floor.
This game got to be a track meet at times, John. Did you expect that fast pace of game?
Oh, yeah, because they really picked up the pace. We brought Pearson in. Like I said, he's sick, and that's his guy, and he can't get over there. Doggone it.
Walters with his 3rd three-pointer of the game right there. You were down by 9. Then Dorfield with the jam.
Nice pass from Skip. Man, they're fouling us, man.
And then into Kuntz.
Kuntz, he's playing very well right now.
He sure is.
And I think he'll finish the year.
Even with a broken hand.
That was a bad pass, but Vic had good hands and got in there and got it in. And it was a great play on Vic. Vic's been playing very, very well for almost a month here now.
And so is Collins. He's playing hot right now. Hits the pull-up jumper. Down by 18. Colorado misses at the buzzer here. Halftime score, 46-28, John. Did you think you could claw back into this one?
Well, I thought if we came out, with real intensity and enthusiasm, got 3 or 4 buckets here easy on them, that we could get back in there and make it a good game. It's hard to come back from that far back, but I thought we'd make it a good game.
You did cut it down here a bunch, got it down to 15. Then an Iowa State turnover, and Stevie Wise with the slam.
See, we just gave him those easy baskets when he turned it over.
Norman Brown's seen a little more action, isn't he, John?
Yeah, Norman played well at Creighton, and he sprained his ankle, and now he's doubtful for Saturday for today against Nebraska. Doug Collins, this is late. It's pretty well gone now, and just playing it out. But that was a great pass.
Victor Alexander is leading the Big 8 in scoring. He's also the 6th best shooter in the country right now. He's doing everything you asked him and more, isn't he?
Yes, he is. He's playing very well, both ends of the court. He's passing the ball. Now, I'll tell you what, Colorado just made them all. I don't know if you saw the other night, Duke against Georgia Tech. They got them down, and, man, they made every shot then. And that's the way it goes sometime. There's been some strange games in the country this year.
105-81 the final. Colorado wins their Big 8 opener, and Iowa State takes one on the chin. Joe Harrington's first Big 8 game. How's he going to do as coach of the Buffaloes, John?
Well, Joe's inherited a team that has all the starters back from a year ago. and they're seniors now. Some of them are 5-year guys. Man, he inherited. He just didn't come in there, you know, with the Sisters of the Poor. and you remember they almost won the Big 8 tournament last year.
They certainly did. Finished second.
Yeah, that's a strong team. And today they play Oklahoma, at Oklahoma. So we'll have to see how that game comes out.
We'll see if that's a Colorado victory or not. Well, don't go away. There's more of the Johnny Orr Show straight ahead, and we'll reflect to last Tuesday night. Happier moments over at the Omaha Civic Auditorium against the Creighton Blue Jays, the Missouri Valley Conference champions. But what a night for Iowa State.
Yeah, and we gave Vic some help, Justice and Doug, and of course Kuntz too, and Norman. Skip come off the bench, did a great job. Everybody
Sure did.
We got a great lift from Brad Pippett.
I can't believe also that Justice Thigpen can make the switch to point guard and score a career-high 25.
No, that's amazing. I don't think that'll happen again. We'd like to see it happen again, but the circumstances, he made the free throws. He made 9 out of 12 free throws.
And he was also excellent from the field. In that game, John, you shot a school record, 66% from the field. That's the highest you've ever shot against a Division I opponent.
Yeah, and well, we were stroking it well. We got easy shots and moved the ball around. We had a little patience. And, you know, with this lineup now, it makes a much stronger defensive team. Because now we have Doug and Justice, and I'm not afraid to have them guard any 2 guards. They're very good.
Well, I tell you what, let's go to the highlights and enjoy here, Coach, because what a night it was. The Omaha Civic Auditorium, and you've always shot there. Last time you were there, you beat Creighton by 30 points. Collins there. Or that was Thigpen from the corner.
Yeah, that's Justice, and there's a nice pass from, there's a good pass to Kuntz, man.
Inside to Kuntz.
Yeah,
boy, he's playing well right now.
He's just working hard. He's a hard worker. And there's Vic hit a little 15-footer. That makes it good. When he does that, boy, it makes him come around, you know, and get on him. And
jumped on Creighton at the outset, and then they had a little blitz right here.
He can shoot. That guy can shoot.
3-pointer, Creighton up by 6, and I think that was their biggest lead of the game. And then
great rebound
with the J, and he's fouled, and he made it into a 3-point play.
Yeah, and see, what's his name? Brad Pippett. There's a great basket. Guys can't make baskets like that. Pippett was going to pass that ball at the last second. He shot a great pass from Pippett into Kuntz. It was a great roll down for Kuntz.
Down court, running the court well. Nice move by Doug Collins.
Yeah. Super.
Tied
Doug,
at 34 right there.
Doug really went after it here, boy. We missed Norman, but
then McCoy.
In and out, and Skipper hit it. There's Kuntz gets a steal. Back there to Doug, and woo.
That was Norman Brown with the basket.
Yeah, a good play.
Up by 4, halftime. Iowa State leads at 43-38, second half. Thigpen, he's hot.
Yeah, he's in the flow. He didn't take a bad shot in the whole game.
Then Collins pulls up.
He doesn't make that shot very often. That was a kind of a gift. There he makes a great block, and watch us go down now to Justice. He'll just pop that right in, see.
He matched up well with Creighton, didn't he?
Yeah, well, Justice and Pippett now and Doug out there, you know, they're pretty strong defensive players. We get them really fired up. There's a great pass.
Victor right there.
And from
2 of his 21 on the night. First game all season that Victor did not lead the game team in scoring. McCoy with a 3-pointer there. Iowa State up by 12. And then, watch out, Collins breakaway jam.
Yeah. Boy, that guy there shot it. We didn't see that in here, but
Dewan Cole was pumping in.
Man, he was making them. That's one of the greatest shooting exhibitions I've ever seen.
But Iowa State makes the free throws. Iowa State wins it 97-88 the final. And a little payback time. Last year, Creighton came over to Hilton Coliseum, won in double overtime, John, but you had their number 2 of the last 3.
Well, that was a good win for us, and it gave our kids a little confidence. We've won, like you say, 4 of our last 7 games. We're playing pretty good basketball right now, and I couldn't feel better going to Nebraska. I don't feel good going there, but I couldn't feel any better than I do, and hopefully we'll give a great effort here today. I think we're going to.
You know, a little coffee talk. Here it is Creighton, who defeated Missouri, and then you defeat Creighton there, but Creighton loses at Nebraska.
Yeah.
Got a tough one today.
Well, they're 15 in the country. They're 15-1, and they have 9 really good players, and they're doing a good job. And I'm happy for Danny Nee. I wish he weren't that good against us, but I'm happy for him because they were saying this was going to be his last year. You know, they're going to fire him and everything. And that shows you when you got a strong AD, Bob Devaney. He gave me a 3-year contract, so that made me happy.
Well, I tell you what, we'll talk more about today's game in Nebraska in just a moment. Right now, time out on the Johnny Orr Show. We'll return in just a moment. Welcome back to this week's Johnny Orr Show. Time now for our Cyclone Spotlight and our one-on-one interview this week with a young man that, John, you were talking and telling me may contribute down the road, Greg Hester.
Oh, yeah. He's improved. He's gotten bigger and stronger. He gets better every year. He's been behind Victor, you know, and behind Kuntz. And I think next year you'll see Greg is going to play. And his senior year, I wouldn't be a bit surprised to see him play an awful lot. He's a very good defensive player. And, you know, he's going to be all we have left here pretty soon, man. He's a 3.5 student or something like that. And heck of a kid.
All right, let's meet him right now, because this week the Cyclone Spotlight shines on Greg Hester, 6'8" sophomore center from Davenport.
If you drew up a blueprint for the consummate team player, it would probably look something like number 55, Greg Hester. Hester is a third-year sophomore walk-on who spends nearly every minute of every game on the bench. But Hester doesn't let that bother him. In fact, he sees his role as an important one.
It's been a great experience because I'm learning a lot, and this has been a great place to come and just be at. I mean, you come in here to Hilton Coliseum, 14,000 screaming fans, and it gets you pretty excited. And after this, I got 2 years left, so I'm pretty excited about that. My job and what I really like to get into is going against Vic and against Phil and Dorfeld and giving those guys the best competition they can have in practice. So when it comes to a game, you know, they got it pretty easy. So, you know, that's my big job, is to push them around in practice and give them a little competition every day, you know.
And do those guys appreciate that?
Yeah, sometimes they get a little mad about it, but, you know, when we get to banging around and stuff, but yeah, most of the time they do appreciate it, and they let me know about it.
He's a really good defensive player, and a lot of times he plays better defense than some of the starters and myself, and it's really tough it's good to go against somebody who works really hard.
Hester loves basketball any way he can play it and looks for his hard work to pay dividends somewhere down the road.
When you're sitting there, you got to realize what you can do to get better, and if you get caught up in the things that, you know, that you're not getting to play right now, it can really bring you down. So, you know, it takes a certain attitude, and, you know, I feel it's the only attitude I can take right now. And it's no problem for me. I know that the next couple of years are my future, and that's going to be my time to shine. So it doesn't really bother me that much.
A successful basketball team usually has a wide-ranging variety of personality and talent. But you can bet that any coach would be happy to have a player with the attitude of Greg Hester. Reporting for the Johnny Orr Show, this is Keith Murphy.
He is really a team player, isn't he?
Best you could have.
Can't say any more.
No, I can't say anything but great things about him.
Time now to make one of our viewers a winner. John, if you'll reach in there and pick out one of our postcards. And boy, we got a flock of postcards.
Yeah, we got more of them here.
And this comes to us from, who is the winner? It is from Russ Lanacher of Dexter, Iowa.
Dexter, Iowa.
Well, congratulations, Russ. You win a free pair of Reebok shoes. He says, John, do you think Iowa State and other members of the Big 8 Conference will combine with the Southwest Conference to form a new league? Hot topic.
It is a hot topic, and let me tell you, Russ, the Big 8 basketball coaches have voted 8-0 about a preseason tournament or any connection with the Southwestern Conference.
Against it or for
Against it. Against it. And yet, within 2 or 3 years, you'll see we're going to join it.
You don't want to merge with the Southwest?
No, not a basketball coach in our league was.
Why, John?
Because there's no advantage to us at all. We don't see one single advantage. Eddie Sutton was in that league for years at Arkansas, and he's opposed to us joining it and everything. But it's like the rules are being made today. The basketball coaches have nothing to say about it.
We'll talk about that in a moment. Anyway, Russ Lanacher, Dexter, Iowa, you'll get a gift certificate good for a free pair of Reebok. Welcome back to the Johnny Orr Show. Time now for our hot topic, and there's no doubt what the hot topic is for this week. The NCAA convention is underway down in Nashville. Boy, the presidents went to work this week, and they made some big changes, John. One of which, football scholarships, 95 down to 85 by 1995. Basketball scholarship cuts, 15 down to 13 by 1995. Coaches, you have to reduce coaches, I guess. and you have to limit practice time and give all the players a day off. How do you feel about all this? What really turns you on or off?
Well, I'm not in favor of most of them. We don't have an athletic dorm. That doesn't bother me. Training table, I think that's a strange thing.
One meal a day is the new rule.
I don't see any reason for that whatsoever. And if they take the scholarships away and the quality of the game goes down, they're going to lose the crowds. And if they do that, then the minor sports or the non-revenue sports, they're going to have to get rid of them. And I would think the women would be in arms about this. I think they would be in arms in this because they're going to be in trouble.
Most of the coaches all across the country were in opposition to the reform deals.
Sure.
Is there any recourse for the coaches, or are these new policies set in stone, or what, John?
No, there's no recourse. I wish they'd let me go, and every professor that flunked a kid out, go and see why he flunked that kid out. Why didn't he get that kid to pass? Why didn't he make him pass? Make it so he could pass. Just give him an F. You can do that easy. You could check a lot of things around. I don't know why they're picking on athletics. Athletics is a big money raiser. It's a big thing for the university to rally around. It's how they raise their money, how they keep going. And now they're putting all these limitations on it. And I'm opposed to those things, most of them.
But most of the changes don't go into effect for, what, 4 more
years?
years?
It's not going to bother me because it'll be 1995, 96.
And you'll be down in
Florida.
And
I don't think I'll be around coaching any of that long.
John, let's talk about another thing. You were talking about grades and academics and so forth. A lot of rumors flying on who passed, who didn't pass. You alluded on your radio show last week that you may have one academic casualty this year.
Well, and nothing is official yet. And so that'll come from our sports information office when it becomes official.
Are you going to lose a player?
And I think we are.
Just one?
Yeah, I think one. And when it comes out, it'll come from there. And I don't want to be premature on it because something might come up that they're not going to be ineligible. So we just wait till that comes.
Putting some of the rumors to rest, though, the seniors, the 4 seniors, Dorfeld, Collins, Victor, and so forth, once they're eligible at the beginning of the year, they're good for the whole year, right?
Right, they're all.
So no problems with starters.
No.
John, quickly, Nebraska tonight, Illinois, Chicago, come Tuesday night, back at Hilton Coliseum. A couple of tough ball games.
No, but it'd be nice to come back home. And Nebraska's going to be awful tough today, Coach. It's going to be awful tough. But
did you always play well over there?
I think we'll have a great effort. I really do. And, you know, we didn't think we'd beat Creighton.
Illinois, Chicago beat Illinois at Illinois.
Yeah, good team, very quick, you know, and great shooter. Hill and Freeman, very good players.
And they beat you there last year.
Yeah, beat us there.
It's time for payback, John.
Should give them come back and get them. Gosh darn it, we got to come and get them. And it'll be the first time we played 2 games in a row at home.
Well, good luck to you. You're hot right now, winning 4 of the last 7. Let's pick that up a couple of notches.
Coach.
We'll be back next week, same time, same place, with another Johnny Orr Show.
This is the Johnny Orr Show.
Hello again, everyone. Welcome to this week's Johnny Orr Show. And I guess sitting here talking basketball after the events of the last 3 days, John, makes this game seem somewhat insignificant.
Well, it does, Mark. I don't know what they're going to do or what plans or anything on, but we're willing to do anything they want to do. I don't know how things are going to go from now on. Depends on what happens.
Last you heard, the game tonight is on. We'll talk about sports during the conflict over in Iraq a little bit later on. Let's talk right now about your team, because we do have a Johnny Orr Show to do and inform the viewers about the Cyclones. First of all, last week, first Big 8 conference contest. You went to Nebraska. Didn't win that one, John.
No, we played pretty well over there and had a chance down the wire and missed an easy shot, missed an easy 3-point shot, and then Nebraska fouled them, and they won the game. But it was a good game. It was a strong game, and Nebraska's on a roll. They won 16 games, you know, and they do have a very good team. I was impressed with them. They're very aggressive, and we didn't come out aggressive enough. We picked it up, but not enough.
John, in the ballgame, you scored 1 more field goal than Nebraska. You scored 4 3-pointers to Nebraska's none. But at the line, you were 20 shots short of Nebraska. They shot 42 free throws. You shot 22. You felt that was the difference in the game.
Well, it was a difference. There's no question about that. But if you look, Mark, every home team in the Big 8 has won every game except one. Nebraska beat Kansas State at Kansas State in a dinger. And the home teams have won all the other games. So regardless of what you say and everything, free throw shooting is a very big part of this game.
And also the home court advantage, apparently.
Well,
playing at home.
As a rule, I'd say it's a big advantage, too. It is a big advantage.
You had 4 players foul out in that game, John. I don't think that's happened to you in years.
No, I never had that happen to me in my career. 40 years.
First time.
First time ever. Yep, first time ever happened. But they must have been doing something wrong.
Well, let's take a look and see if we can figure out what it was, John, because, like you said, the Cyclones didn't play too badly. This is Lincoln, Nebraska, last Saturday, and outside, Doug Collins drills the 3. Nebraska picked up the pace in this ball game. A lot more fast breaking from the Huskers than we've seen over the years, John.
Well, they got more guys, and they're good boarders. They're getting it out in a hurry. And
great
That was
play.
a great play by Doug. It was a super play. He played lights out. He's been playing lights out, and hope he keeps it up.
Justice Thigpen now has been in double figures, counting the Illinois-Chicago games. 5 straight games, I think it is, John.
Well, he's giving us a boost, too, and he's playing the best basketball of his career here. So I hope that keeps up. Big Vic, you know, is down and out, and we'll talk about that a little later. He's struggling with bronchitis.
And he played both games under the weather, didn't he?
Yeah, he did, and I don't know how much he's going to play today.
And here comes the Huskers.
That was a
Dish
great
off.
pass.
How about King? Much improved this year?
Oh, I think King's improved tremendously, yeah, and he does a much better job. I don't know if he's any better defensive player than he ever was, but he's certainly more aggressive on offense.
Boy, there's the man that's really improved. Phil Coons, what a job he's doing off the bench.
He is, and he had a great game here. 20 points is all-time high, I think, and Skip McCoy was very good in this game as well.
Here's Vic underneath. You were down by 4 at halftime, and that slam cut it to 2, John.
Yeah, they were a little messed up there. And we hit another one out there, Duggar.
Collins with a 3. Your three-point shooting is really picking up also, John. You're up to 34% from three-point range now as a team.
I want to tell you, this game has a great play by Skip McCoy. It was 84-80, and we missed a lay-in there. Got fouled on it. And then took the ball away from him and come down, missed an easy three-point shot, or we'd have been ahead of this team 85-84 with about a minute and 45 seconds to go.
Big play there for Bo Reed, the lay-in and the foul. Then we'll return the favor. Vic goes up.
Oh,
he gets the hoop and draws the foul.
He should have had 5 fouls on that. He's 5 shots on that foul mark. He really got buried. That was a good pass. That was a big play for him. Nice pass.
Final score, 97-87. And although Iowa State whipped the Huskers twice last year, this year Nebraska in that particular ball game at that point in time was ranked 18th in the nation, John. They were 15-1, and they did you in by 10.
Yep, and they deserved to win the game, I guess. They make all those free throws.
What'd you tell your team after the game? How'd you feel after that loss?
Oh, I didn't feel good. You never feel good after a loss.
Right. But you said they didn't play that bad.
No, I told them, I said, we worked hard. We just weren't good enough to beat them. We can't foul that much. We lose 4 of our best guys out of the game, and it's hard to overcome 20 free throw deficits. I mean, that's hard to do.
And as you walked out of the Devaney Center, you also realized, 5 of the next 6 are at Hilton Coliseum.
Well, we knew we were coming home finally for a few games, and everyone felt good about that, I'll tell you.
Well, I tell you what, it was a good feeling, especially after Tuesday night's big game at Hilton Coliseum against the Flames of Illinois, Chicago. And we'll take you to Hilton, and we'll review that victory for the Cyclones next on the Johnny Orr Show. Welcome back on this week's Johnny Orr Show. Sitting here talking now about the Illinois-Chicago game earlier this week against the Flames. And in that ball game, John, you shot 50% first half, 50% second half, 50% for the game. And I think now 5 games in a row, maybe 6, you've shot 50% or better as a team. You're shooting the ball well.
Well, hey, we've had good shot selection, having very few bad shots. And that's a plus, no question about that. We're moving the ball a little better than we were, and we're playing a little better.
How about Doug Collins? Man, he's got like 66 points in the last 4 games.
Well, he's playing well. Doug's a good basketball player, and he's getting a little confidence now. You know, you lose 8 games in a row, kind of shoots your confidence. We won 5 of our last 9 games, and I think our guys' confidence are definitely picked up, Mark. There's no question about that.
But you weren't happy at the end of the game, even though you won it, John.
Well, we didn't have the intensity we should have had, and it wasn't that. Illinois Chicago is a good basketball team. You know, that little number 10, he was a player of the year in Illinois when he was a senior. Went to Indiana and flunked out of school, and he's a heck of a player. And
Tony Freeman.
Freeman, and then Levin Williams and Hill, they're good players, and they played the kind of game that really made you work all the time, and sometimes we weren't willing to do that. And it's a good win. Anytime when you have a record like us, we're happy with the win, and we were happy with the win. There were some other things that were disturbing.
Well, let's take a look at the highlights. Hilton Coliseum, the first of, about 5 home games in the next 6 contests. Victor Alexander starts us off inside. Still under the weather in this game, but still turned in a great performance.
Yeah, he did. That was a nice pass from Doug to Justice. That guy there, that was a good block by Vic. Throws it down, and Doug dunks it.
Here's the pioneer player of the game, Doug Collins, 20 points on the ball game, something like 10 assists also.
Well, that guy can shoot him. Wham! That Hill and Williams and the little guy Freeman can all shoot him.
Late in the second half, they were 7 of 14 from three-point range.
They're dynamos. There's Skip hit one. Skip, he's ready to break out of that shooting thing he's having. There's Doug. He pops one in there, too.
You know what? He's your leading three-point shooter right now.
Well, he was last year, too, as far as percentage. He was, I think, the leading one. That's a great pass to Kuntz, three-point play.
And Kuntz, of course, got our Blade X Award coming off the bench.
Another one with Doug. Yeah, Kuntz playing very well, so is Doug. Justice right now.
Watch this play now. This is right before the halftime buzzer. Talk about a spark of momentum.
Who has a big play? I had to get on him about his action there.
He also made the free throw, and you went in the halftime locker room. John, up by 9.
Well, we look like we're going to go pretty good here, but boy, those guys are good players. Like I say, this is a good team. Team to beat Illinois, beat Hawaii, beat Illinois State, you know, and pretty tough basketball. Great tip.
Nice tip.
Just before that, he stole the ball. Pip, that was a good job by Pip. Watch Doug. He takes it right away from that guy.
Collins, he's not going to stop, and he slams it home.
Laid it right in there.
Up by 13, widest lead of the game, 40-27.
Yeah.
And Kuntz with the 8-footer.
They didn't give up, man. They kept coming back.
Justice.
Yeah. They battled us, man, right down to the wire.
Well, they started going to the bomb, and here's Hill.
Look at that. That is 23, 4-footer there. That guy can shoot. He's a good player. That's a great play by Justice.
Hill was 4 of 11 from three-point range, 18 points.
Good pass from Justice, three-point play. There's Dick, throws it over to Doug. There's Dorfeld. He's going to stuff one. Yeah. Dorfeld had a good game. He made a couple mistakes in the press, but he was very aggressive, had 6 rebounds, did a good job.
Struggled a little bit at the line there, Paul did, but otherwise, Iowa State wins it. 76-66, win number 6 on the year, John. And like you say, anytime you get a win.
Well, you got to be happy about victories, Coach. You can't be sad about victories. You get mad about other things, but you can't be mad about the victory.
Well, I tell you what, it's back to Big 8 action coming up tonight. We'll talk more about that a little later on. The Kansas State Wildcats come to Hilton Coliseum. But up next on the Johnny Orr Show, it's time for the Cyclone Spotlight. And this week, it shines on the littlest cyclone. Meet Skip McCoy. And the Johnny Orr Show continues after this timeout. Just talking here, George Turner gave us a countdown for this week. Only 8 more weeks till golf season, right?
George has got her down, boy.
He's got it down, doesn't he? Hey, time right now for our Cyclone Spotlight, and we're going to let it shine on the littlest cyclone this week, John. A young man that you found up there playing for Bishop Knoll, a school I used to play against, as a matter of fact, in high school. Yep.
Well, he's a good little player, and he's had a good freshman year, I'd say. He's had a pretty good year.
Playing a lot for a freshman.
Yeah, he is, and I think he's going to be a very, very fine basketball player.
All right, let's meet him right now. Keith Murphy has the story on this week's guest, Skip McCoy from Gary, Indiana.
Point guard Skip McCoy has played more than any freshman on the Iowa State squad. In fact, McCoy has been surprised at how quickly he found himself running the Cyclone offense.
I didn't think, honestly, I'd really be out there. I hoped to be out there, but I didn't know if I would be or not.
Have you been a little in awe when you've gone out on the court against a team that you're used to watching on television?
Oh, yes. We played Syracuse, Indiana, Michigan, all of them teams. I've just been in awe because I didn't think, I knew we were going to end up playing them. I didn't think, honestly, I'd really be out there.
The 5'11" guard may have initially played more than he expected, but it didn't take McCoy long to prove he belonged on the court. McCoy came into his own against Temple, leading the Cyclones to an upset victory with his all-around play, including several three-pointers.
I think the Temple game gave me a lot of confidence. I was real confident after that game, and I thought I really started thinking that I can play with these guys. I can play with anybody. I started thinking that, you know, I can play with any point guard, whether I was a freshman or not. The freshman part started to slip away a little bit, but then we played Arizona, and I don't know if I was too high or too confident, but I got brought down to earth very quickly.
Have you reached the point where you're confident that you can make a mistake and you'll still stay in the game?
I reached that point a long time ago. The first game I started, I made a lot of mistakes, and he still put me back in the game. He just talked to me, told me what I was doing wrong, and that's one thing I appreciate about Coach Orr. You know, he doesn't come tell me, holler at me, and tell me, you can't do this, you're not supposed to do that, and then let me sit down there and think about it the whole game. You know.
If you want to see McCoy really get excited, ask him about a recurring dream he's been having. And given McCoy's jumping ability, it's a dream that could come true.
I just think about it every time I get a steal or somebody steals the ball and I'm running down court and I grab it and I go up. Instead of going up 2 hands front, I turn around and go backwards, and then I hang on the rim. I see everyone taking pictures and everything, and I get a check, and then I get taken out the game and the coach talks to me, but that's kind of a little fantasy dream I have.
All sounds good. Well, except for the technical foul for hanging on the rim. Coach Orr could probably do without that. Reporting for the Johnny Orr Show, I'm Keith Murphy.
Quite a story, Skip McCoy. His dream is to have the game winner on a breakaway jam, but he gets a technical to hang on the rim, and coaches on his...
That's an awful dream there, man. That's a bad dream. But all little guys, I think that's their dream, dunk a ball, don't you?
Well, I tell you what, he looked pretty good in
he can
the
dunk it.
tip-off preview this year.
He can dunk it, and he's a great kid. I think as he gets older, you know, he'll become a real leader of our team.
He can really be a shooter when he's on, can't he?
Well, he can. He's a hustler.
All right. Well, right now we're going to take time out to meet this week's Johnny Orr Show sponsors. Don't go away. We'll be back in just if you'll reach in the Reebok shoebox.
Okay.
Mix them all up there and pick out a card. And we have got this week card from Diane Price of Marshalltown, Iowa. She says, Dear Johnny, we heard you mention that Mike Bourne had graduated and was in Des Moines. We were wondering about how many of your former players received their degrees, and could you mention a few names? Thanks, Diane Price.
Well, Diane, yeah, Michael Bourne he works at Ames now. But he graduated, all of them graduated a year ago. We have Ronnie Harris and Terrence Allen, Barry Stevens, Mark Urquhart, Jeff Hornacek, a lot of them in school. I think 19 out of 31 we had have graduated.
19 out of 31?
Yep, that's pretty good, Coach.
Is it?
You bet your life it is.
All right.
That's a much better percentage than average students that I...
Got time right now to talk about our hot topics. And obviously, the hot topic this week is not something to really be happy about, and that's because war broke out in the Middle East. And it had an effect on the North Carolina State game.
Yeah.
Now, the question is, will the Super Bowl be played a week from Sunday? They're still talking about that. No official word as of right now, anyway. And, of course, tonight's game, Iowa State, Kansas State.
Yeah,
should it be postponed? How do you feel about postponing sports because of this monumental action over there in Iraq?
I don't have any qualms about doing that. If they feel that's a thing to do, and then do it. And same thing with the Super Bowl. If things don't get better by next weekend and everything, and or it's still bad or something, push your back or cancel it.
NBA went on with their games. The football games for this weekend are still to go. Max Urich went on record in the newspaper, I think it was Friday morning, saying that, sports are somewhat of a release for people.
Well, in World War II they played, I remember that. They had a lot of cancellations for a while, and then they went on and played the games and went on. But I don't know, there wasn't as much television on any of that.
That's another thing, it went non-stop there for days and days, the television about the war situation and so forth, and maybe basketball is somewhat of a release for people by their own choosing.
Yeah, I don't know about that, Mark. But I feel, like I say, Jim Boeheim, they want to cancel it or they want to cancel them or anything, that becomes a secondary thing when your country's in trouble.
Quickly, who's going to win the Super Bowl if it's played next week?
Oh, I don't know.
Who's your team?
Coach, my favorite team, man, is the Giants. in there now, but I don't know if they're going to be around to even be in the bowl.
That's right. John, let me ask you, Brian Pearson, I understand, is getting better quickly. He may return to action soon, right?
Right, I think in another 10 days.
And Victor Alexander, under the weather, didn't practice 3 days?
He didn't practice Wednesday or Thursday, a little bit Friday, and we're hopeful that he'll get in there today. He has bronchitis very badly, and doggone, he's been sick.
Mike Bergman, understand he's
going to have another X-ray, had another X-ray, and going to change his cast and everything. I look for Mike to be back. I don't know if he'd be any good because he's had little time, but I look for him to be back about the 20th of February.
All right, so Bergman, Pearson, and Victor, we hope is back, but Victor really battling bronchitis, and that, of course, is a virus which just takes its dear old sweet time. Here's the schedule this week for the Cyclones. First of all, tonight, Kansas State at home against Hilton. Kansas State, John, has won 5 of the last 6, 3 out of the last 4 here at Hilton.
Yeah, they're a good team. They're hard workers, big, strong kids, boy. Woo, powerful on the boards and good defensive team.
Second in the nation against field goal in defense. And then, of course, next week you got Marathon Oil, an exhibition game, right?
Yeah, on Tuesday. It depends on how things are going.
What are you going to look for in that game? What's the purpose of that?
Well, I don't know. Depends on how well we do tonight.
Ah.
Then we'll make the decision what we're going to do Tuesday.
Work on a few things and
yeah, we'll see. We'll see what we can do then.
All right. Good luck, John.
Okay, pal.
And, of course, we'll be back next week, same time, same place with another Johnny Orr show. Thank you for joining us. So long, everybody.
And now, here's Johnny.
This is the Johnny Orr Show.
We're sitting here on the Johnny Orr Show. We don't have many weeks like this, John.
No, we don't. We haven't had any
wins,
this year.
So we're going to have fun today.
Yeah, we had back-to-backers, so it's a good deal.
You're always in a good mood after 2 wins, you know?
Oh, sure. I think any coach, he wins 2 in a row, you're in a good mood.
Well, let's talk about them one at a time. First of all, first Big 8 victory. Going into that ball game, Kansas State and Iowa State both were 0-2 in the Big 8. You both needed a win that night, John.
Needed to win badly, and both of us needed that win. I think we needed a little more than they did because we were at home. And it was a great game. I think they're a good team. They've lost 3 games in the conference by a total of 8 points. So anything can happen. They can get hot, you know. And now that Colorado beat Nebraska, everybody, it's tight. It's getting tighter and tighter.
You know, I wanted to talk to you about that, John, because I think this year, more so than any year that I've covered the Big 8, and I've been doing it about 9 or 10 now, there seems to be more parity this year, isn't there?
No great team. We've got some good teams. But we have no bad teams, really. We have no really bad teams.
In looking at them, I don't know of any team out there that you can't play with and beat on a given night.
Oh, I think we can, too, and I think any team can beat us, too.
What does this mean down to the end, John? Does that mean the Cyclones have a chance at the Big 8 title?
Oh, I think we got as good a chance as anybody. I think so, sure. We have 2 losses, and the teams that have 1 loss have a better chance than us, but we're going to be in there, Coach. We're going to be battling, I think.
John, you came into the ball game as one of the best shooting teams in the Big 8. Kansas State entered that ball game as the 2nd best defensive team in the nation at stopping the field goal. I mean, they've been limiting teams to 38% shooting. Yet another great night.
Yeah, we did. We shot the ball very well. You know, that's a new statistic, you know. They just brought that up here.
They've got stats for everything.
Yeah, I think those guys don't have anything to do. They got to figure out things, you know, what to do. Or something. But that's a new stat on me, man. Last year, I heard that the first time last year, you know. And I didn't think they played any different than anyone else myself. Maybe the teams that played against them didn't shoot well.
Back to the question. You're shooting fantastic right now. Your team's shooting well.
Well, we have been. We have good shot selection. And, of course, when we got Victor in there and healthy and everything, you know, he's inside there. He makes a lot of shots.
Let's go to the highlights right now because this was last Saturday night, Hilton Coliseum. Oh, so good to be back at home. And Doug Collins from 3-point range.
Right off the bat, that was good. We got off to a good start.
You were up by 8 in the early going. Then inside, Norman Brown gets it down.
Great basket, good pass, and a great basket by Norman. Norman's coming on now. His ankle's ready, and he's going to play more and more now.
Look at this. Collins calling for the ball. Wanted it wide open. Puts it up. Swish.
Oh, man, we knocked that zone out of there, didn't we?
Justice Thigpen, since moving to point guard, has also been shooting well. Double figures in, I don't know how many games now, John, about 5 in a row, 6 in a row.
Yeah,
Justice on fire there.
He's doing a good job, and doing a good job at the defensive end of the court. Oh, that was a great steal by Doug. Watch this move. What a great basket.
Draws the foul, gets the basket.
Doug has been playing lights out.
Iowa State up by 14, but then Kansas State started coming back. Victor inside. Didn't feel well, John, but still scored 23 points.
Yeah, Big Vic's been sick, but he's about 80% well now. Boy, that little guy Ziegler, he's knocking them dead. He pounded them in there, see.
That 14-point lead, John, came down to -1
what a
right
great
there.
move that was.
And then, again, just before the buzzer, Collins, and it was tied at intermission, 41-41.
Heck of a half.
Had to be concerned about losing that 14-point lead.
No, I wasn't concerned.
Weren't?
No, because that's not much anymore, you know. You just boom it down there and boom it in a couple times. That Pippett hit that three-pointer, that made me feel good. And then Collins, now I thought we were really going to go now. I thought we were going to roll, but we didn't. They came back and really took it to us. Boy, Doug hits one there, boy. Boom. That's a pro three-pointer. That's a great pass. See, boom.
Kansas
Knock
State.
that in. Knock that right in. Wiley Howard. Very fine play. There's a great feed. That was a super feed by Skipper to big old Vic. There's Ziegler again, see? Boom. Man, he's drilling them.
Ziegler with a three-pointer. And then, watch this one. Fighting for it.
Oh, that's
Pippett. Reverse lay-in.
That was a big play of the game right there, Mark. That was a great play. You haven't seen anything in these highlights yet from a guy who actually won this game for us and had a great day right there.
Here he is.
Boy, down the last 4 minutes of the game, he made 13 points, made 9 out of 10 free throws. There's the last play of the game right there.
And he was our Blade X off-the-bench player of the game. Final score, Iowa State wins it 94-91. Dana Altman thought that maybe his player got fouled on the last shot of the game, but we looked at it from several different angles, John, and so did you, and the player was not fouled.
No, and I'll tell you what, if he'd have gotten it off, it wasn't under his control. It would have been it might have gone in because that Zachy Jones made one last year, throwing it up there, but he fumbled it.
Kansas State really had your number coming into that ball game. They won 5 of the last 6, 3 out of the last 4 at Hilton, so you had to be happy with that win, John.
Well, you're happy anytime you win, and you're sick when you lose at home. You're happy when you win at home.
Well, I tell you what, we've got another victory to talk about. It doesn't count on the record. It was an exhibition game against Marathon Oil, but it was an interesting game from several standpoints. We'll discuss the Marathon Oil victory next on the Johnny Orr Show.
It's hard to believe a farm exists that has no need for the versatility of Blade X herbicide. No need for burn down and residual weed control in corn. No need to rotate without carryover. No need to tank mix with dual or lasso. But in fact, there's a school of farmers who have no need for Blade X at all. Then again, they're not growing corn. You are.
Okay, son, time to hit the road.
Think you've seen it all? You ain't seen nothing yet. From musical chairs to bowling for peanuts. From the unexpected to the unbelievable. It's high-flying funnies with hilarious touchdowns. Don't be a stick in the mud. Experience the comedy. Guaranteed to knock you goofy. Logan's Heroes.
Sunday night at 10:30, following Channel 5 Sports Extra.
At Iowa State University, learning isn't just a classroom experience. A study on the quality of out-of-class involvement put Iowa State University at the head of its class. Iowa State was one of 14 campuses in the nation chosen for the study. Iowa State University is proud to be recognized for its supportive faculty, its tradition, and a campus that's rich in opportunities.
night at the line?
It's a bad night is right.
52%?
Yeah, that's good for us.
No, that's not good for you. 60% first half field goals and 51% for the game.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. And that's the guys on our team who really have not had much of a chance to play.
That's true. Marathon Oil, big win for some of these youngsters out there, John, but halftime you were trailing. Were you a little worried at that point in time?
No, because I'd made up my mind what I was going to do. It's like we were 11 points down with like 12 minutes to go.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd made up my mind we were going to let these guys play and see what they could do. And I'm glad I did. I'm glad I let them play because they rallied and won the game. And Kuntz had just a fantastic 6-8 minutes at the end.
Kuntz had 20 points in the ball game. Dorfeld, the only other player in double figures, he had 11. And let's see who else had a great game. Skip McCoy had 8 points.
He played very well. The thing about the group we had in there, Mark, when they got down at 11 points, you know, they held Marathon Oil for 6.5 minutes without a point.
That's right.
They did a great job defensively. In the meantime, we went ahead of them.
Let's take a look at the highlights because interesting game, as we said. Everybody getting to play in this ball game. And right off the bat, inside, Norman Brown. Seems like he always gets one of the early buckets in the game.
Norman's getting better, and now he's getting well.
And this is Victor.
Good bucket by Vic there against Chikanjansky. You know, he's a good player.
And then Brad Pippett. Watch this.
Oh, nice move, Brad. More confidence every game, Mark, and playing better and better and better.
Dorfeld with a block.
Good block.
Down court, Skip McCoy outraces the field for the lay-in.
They want to Skip to dunk that.
He can.
Yeah, he can dunk it.
And then ahead to the player of the game, Kuntz.
Oh, that great basket there by Kuntz, and super pass by Skip.
20 points in the ball game, and Paul Dorfeld also had a great game. Nice assist from
Pearson.
Oh,
yeah, nice pass.
How's Brian now? He's back playing a little bit.
Well, he's coming on, about 50% now.
And then,
getting better.
Watch this.
Oh, Hester, that's great.
Great basket by Greg. Posts up, turns around, and dumps it home.
Super kid, and he hit that shot, man.
And
all the guys were happy about that.
Old friend returned here, John.
Yeah,
Mike Bourne.
Yeah, Bourne. He plays hard, and he still does, too. He just plays hard.
15 points in the game, hasn't lost his touch.
There's old Fife, you know.
Fife from Northern Iowa.
He pumped that in at the half. Put us down there by 5, I think.
48-45 was the halftime score, I think it was. John down by 3, second half. Victor goes to work.
Oh, that was a good pass from Pippett and a good move by Vic.
Then watch Kuntz underneath.
Oh, good fake. He's going to get it again. Get it again, Kunzi. Boom. There's a little luck in that shot, but that's what you get when you're hard working.
And Brad Pippett, watch him drain the three.
Little three-bagger. Ah, boy. He starts doing that. Look out, boy. He's off and running. See, he's back on that defense right now.
Brian Pearson's time.
I like it, Brian.
Oh, we were clicking on all
we got it going
13 cylinders.
These guys got it going, and there, old Kunze popped that one in there. Yeah. I tell you, Phil Kuntz, now Dorfeld as well. 2 guys. Brad Pippett now is going too. That's good for Donnell. They're really practicing so much harder than they were, and they're playing so much harder and everything. It's nice.
Confidence is returning, isn't it?
Yes, it's great, yeah.
Warning?
And even Kunze wouldn't even let old Barney have that last shot.
Blocked. So Mike tries it a little farther.
Yeah.
Airball's the last one. But Iowa State with another victory, John.
Yeah.
It doesn't count in the record, but it was sort of a fun night.
I'll tell you, that team's beaten North Carolina State. They beat a lot of good teams.
Really?
Yeah. And people don't say anything out here, our newspapers, you know, they just kind of just let that go. In fact, the write-up didn't even say about the game, told Bourne's life.
Well, I tell you what, we've got more of the Johnny Orr Show coming up straight ahead. Next, the Cyclone Spotlight. This week, we'll go one-on-one with freshman Donnell Bivens. The Johnny Orr Show continues.
Hi, I'm Bob Jensen. On Fishing Iowa this week, we're going to be in the northwest portion of Iowa on one of our Great Lakes, West Lake Okoboji. Harry Day joins us, and he shows us how to catch walleyes, northerns, largemouth bass, smallmouth bass, even white bass on crankbaits. We're going to be fishing on rocks and on weeds, and even on a tough day of fishing, Barry showed us how to catch a bunch of nice fish.
Fishing Iowa, Saturday at 5:30 on Channel 5. The cost of getting sick can run pretty high these days. The price you pay for prescription medication can put a hefty price tag on your health.
I checked, and it was at $14 a piece different. $28 against me, you know.
When it comes to your pocketbook, all pharmacies are definitely not created equal. But if you watch Channel 5 News, you can learn how to beat the pill game. Don't miss A Hard Pill to Swallow, an exclusive special report beginning Wednesday at 10 on Channel 5 News. In 1990, Channel 5 took an active role in our community. WOI-TV was proud to wear the 1990 Variety Club Telethon. Thanks to your generous contributions, it was the most successful telethon to date. Channel 5 honored outstanding high school seniors at our 3rd annual Iowa's Pride Day at Adventureland. For the 2nd consecutive year, WOI's Celebrate Smart project offered a positive alternative to teens. 2 substance-free dance parties were held in Ames and Des Moines. For many years, Channel 5 has aired both the Visha and the State Fair parades. That tradition continued in 1990. During the fall, Channel 5 kicked off a new project called 5 Plus. Over 13,000 books were collected and donated to needy families in central Iowa. WOI's 3rd annual Keep a Kid Warm coat drive was the most successful effort ever. And during the holiday season, Iowans responded to Channel 5's Toys for Tots drive by donating a mountain of toys to their less fortunate neighbors. To be a vital part of a community, you need to take an active role in it. With your help, Channel 5 will continue to do just that in 1991 and beyond.
Welcome back to this week's Johnny Orr Show, and it's time now for our Cyclone Spotlight. This week, John, a freshman, young man that's been sort of up and down. I guess he started a game or two down at Baylor. I know he started. Donnell Bivens, how's he doing?
Well, he's getting better and better, and I think you'll see him play more and more now that the thing is going, and in the future can play a lot. He's a good runner. He scored a lot in high school. Has not scored yet, but he rebounds the ball. He had 9 rebounds against Marathon Oil, and he's a hard worker.
All right, let's meet him right now because Keith Murphy has his story. Donnell Bivens in the Cyclone Spotlight.
Number 31, Donnell Bivens, scored 27 points and pulled down 13 rebounds a game during his senior year of high school in Rantoul, Illinois. Bivens came to Iowa State with high expectations and a promising future. But so far, Bivens spends most of his time on the bench, and the freshman is having a hard time getting used to being a substitute.
It's still frustrating. Thinking you should be in when you're just still sitting on the bench. Sometimes I don't even get in, and I feel like I should have played. But that's the way it goes, I guess. I'm just hoping I keep a good attitude because it's hard to when we're not even playing. That's what I really want to do.
Bivens finds coming off the bench the ultimate basketball challenge. The forward says even when he does play, he can't seem to find his groove.
I think I'm the kind that excels when I'm out there. It's hard for me to come off the bench and just click in with the flow of the game already. That's already been going on. Because, your confidence is a little low when you're coming off the bench. When you know you're not really one of those guys that play a lot, you're like, can I do it this time? You're hoping you're going to be able to contribute. And if you make a mistake, it's probably going to come out. So it's all those things are running around in your mind, and you're trying to play at the same time.
Does that keep you from being the expressive ball player you want to be?
Yeah.
That it's in the back of your mind that you might be coming out?
Yeah.
Bivens comes to life, though, talking about the future and working his way into the starting lineup. He says when he finds that groove, he's hard to defend. But Bivens knows how he'd guard Bivens.
Well, I know I'm the type of player that really likes to run the floor. So if I had to guard myself, I would just play down there real tight, I would make him work for the ball because he can't get lazy. I'm not really a person that thinks if I score, if I get like 12 points or if I just score, I had a good game. I want to just be able to contribute. If I go out there and get like 4 rebounds, block somebody's shot, I had a good game. That's just the way it is.
And with that, Bivens prepares for his next chance to really make something happen on the court. Reporting for the Johnny Orr Show, I'm Keith Murphy.
A little bit of freshmanitis.
Oh, that's tough on those guys. It's tough. People don't understand that. See, that's awful hard. You've been an all-state player and everything, and you're not playing anymore. And Donnell is a good basketball player.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he's going to start playing more. He got in this game and played 24 minutes. I think he realized that that was very difficult physically on him, and he's got to work hard to get in better shape. But I think it gave him confidence now to feel that he can get in these games and help us.
Like he said, all he wants to do is contribute, and he had a good game against Marathon Oil. Really went to the boards.
Oh, yeah, well, and he's a good kid. He's a dynamic guy, and people just don't realize all the pressure on these freshmen when they come out of high school.
If he sticks it out, he's going to be a winner here at Iowa State.
He's going to be a good player. He's going to be good yet this year.
All right. Well, there's more of the Johnny Orr Show coming up straight ahead, and we're going to make one of you a winner with our Reebok Shoebox drawing in just a moment. But right now, let's meet this week's Johnny Orr Show sponsors. Show possible, and we also have a Cyclone Booster of the Week, and this week it's Ryco Manufacturing. John, tell us about Ryco.
Ryco Manufacturing, you know, car washes are headed by Jimmy Nelson, and what a wonderful guy he is. And the Ryco Manufacturing Company, Grimes, Iowa, say they're proud to be a sponsor of Johnny Orr Show and Iowa State University athletics. At Ryco, they've combined an idea with a strong Iowa resource, its people, to become recognized worldwide as a progressive leader in the vehicle wash industry. To receive details on how you too can become a leader in the dynamic and growing car wash industry, call Ryco at 515-986-3700. Ryco, washing over 1 million vehicles a day.
1 million vehicles
That's a lot of washing, brother.
Somebody's making a lot of money.
Well, I think Jimmy's doing all right. I'll tell you that. He's doing okay, but he deserves it. He's one of the class people.
All right, time to reach in the Reebok shoebox and make somebody else a winner here this afternoon. And, John, if you will, pick out a card. And it says, it comes from Carol Clay of Des Moines. It says, "Hi, Coach. Could you tell me how many scholarships you'll have available next year? Good luck in the Big 8, Carol Clay."
Well, Carol, it's hard to tell at this time because there's some things you don't know what's going to happen to Mark Chappelle. And if anyone else is going to be lost for any reason or going to leave or anything. But if everything holds just like it is right now, we already have taken Hoiberg and Lauren Meyer. So we'll be able to take 2 more players.
And you also took Morgan Wheat, right?
We took Morgan Wheat at the semester.
And so he's going to use some scholarship.
Yeah, right. He has a scholarship now.
All right. Well, congratulations, Carol Clay. You're going to be the recipient of a free pair of Reebok shoes from Johnny and the Cyclones. If you'd like to send in a postcard, here's the address. Ask Johnny, care of WITV, Ames, Iowa, 50011. Postcards only, please. Don't forget about the Johnny Orr basketball camps, a couple of team camps coming up in June, and an individual camp or 2 also in July into August. Number to call for more information, 294-8232. In just a moment, back with our hot topic, and one of which is Mark Chappelle. What's going to happen to him? We'll talk to Johnny about Mark next, after this time out. Welcome back to the Johnny Orr Show. Time now for our weekly hot topic. We talk about the hot subjects that are going around, and this week, our hot topic, Mark Chappelle, declared ineligible for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
What happens now, John?
Well, Mark is still in school, and hopefully he'll go to class and get good grades and be back with us next year. He'll have to go to summer school as well, but I think he's determined right now to do it, and I think it would be a great thing. It'd be a great thing for our academic counseling people and be a great thing for everyone at Iowa State concerned if he makes it and becomes eligible again.
Mark will remain on scholarship.
He'll remain on scholarship this semester, but he has to do so well to do that.
Let me ask you this. Is he ineligible according to just Iowa State regulations?
No, he's ineligible by all regulations.
Second question, related perhaps, John. Are there different academic requirements, 1 for the NCAA, 2 for the Big 8, 3 for Iowa State? Do you have 3 standards that you have to meet, or are all the same?
No, they're not all the same. No. They have different standards at different places.
How about Iowa State?
Different schools.
Tough to get in here.
We're by far the toughest in the Big 8.
Really?
There's no comparison, I don't think.
To continue playing or to get admitted
and to keep playing.
Tougher than the NCAA?
Yeah, Big 8 has tougher rules than that. They have a little different rules.
So therefore, you've got really somewhat of a disadvantage then if your standards are higher at Iowa State compared to the rest of the NCAA.
Well, I don't think they're higher compared to the rest of the NCAA, but they're different. The Big 8 has some things that make it a little more difficult in the Big 8 than it is with the normal school.
And it's going to get tougher in the future due to the NCAA reforms, right?
Oh, I think, well, yeah. We could talk about that for an hour.
That's a hot topic.
Yeah, that's really a hot topic, yeah.
You don't agree with those reforms?
I certainly don't think they've done anything for the student. Nothing for the student.
But they will shave some dollars off the expense report, right?
Very little.
Really?
Yeah, very, very little.
Chad, let's change the subject right now because this weekend is a big one for football fans. You said last week, I don't know if my team's going to be there.
Ooh, they're there, aren't they?
You picked the Giants last week.
Yeah, I know it, and they're hanging in there, man.
You still think they're going to win?
I'm still for them, but I don't know if they're going to win. The Bills, I watched that. They looked awful good to me, didn't they, you?
Me, they did.
Ooh,
I think
Kelly, I like him. I like what he says. I like the way he plays.
Pick a team, Bills or Giants?
Yeah, I'm at the Giants.
Okay, let's go to the schedule right now because today, John, you were down at a tough place to play.
Yeah.
Hearn Center in Columbia, Missouri, the Tigers, Peeler and Smith.
Ooh, great players.
Got a chance?
Got a chance.
Going to have to make the free throws.
Going to be pretty good down here.
Think so? Good game?
Yeah, I hope so.
All right, then coming up Wednesday night, Oklahoma Sooners back at Hilton. What do you think about that one? Well, they lost last week.
I know it, and it's going to be a wild night in Hilton, Coach.
Is it?
Oh, yeah, it'll be wild in Hilton, and if we pull it off, we'll be wilder.
Your team's playing well right now.
They're playing well, playing about as well as we can play, and hope that's well enough.
All right, Coach. Well, good luck today against the Tigers.
Thank you.
Wednesday night, of course, the Sooners at Hilton, and that game will be televised on the Cyclone Television Network. Till next week on the Johnny Orr Show, Mark Matthew for the coach saying thank you for joining us. So long, everybody.
This is the Johnny Orr Show.
Hello again, everybody. Welcome to this week's Johnny Orr Show. And what a week it was, John. Your team is playing about as well as they have played in, golly, a couple of years, I think. You gave Missouri all they could handle down in Columbia, and then you upset the 21st-ranked Oklahoma Sooners in Hilton Wednesday night. Big week?
Big week. Yeah, we feel we won the Missouri game. They just didn't put the score up, but we felt cheated at that place.
Is it a moral victory?
Yeah, and everything. Then we came back. We didn't know how we'd react to that coming back, you know, against Oklahoma. And we started out slowly. I don't think we were mentally ready, Mark. But as the game got going, we picked her up, boy. And it was a great game. For 31 minutes there, the biggest lead, you know, was 4 points. And it was back and forth. And it was seldom do you find games like that. You know, one team makes a spurt and another. But it was good, and we were pretty good down the stretch. Made some big free throws, and Pivot made a great shot. Vic got a couple great rebounds, and we won the game. So it was a good win for us.
You know, I think it's obvious to everybody that follows Cyclone basketball, John, some of these players are making tremendous strides. Brad Pippett is one. Kuntz is another. Norman Brown is starting to play more now, giving you more quality minutes. This team is coming along, isn't it?
Well, they're getting better. I tell you, Mark, in the last month, 5 weeks, you've seen us, and we've made remarkable improvement to where now I think we can be competitive with anybody in the country.
Wouldn't you like to go back and play some of those earlier games?
Well, you always want to do that, you know. Always in coaching, you want to go back and do it over, but you can't do it.
Let's talk about the Missouri game, John. First of all, very briefly before we roll the highlights, your biggest concern at the end of the night was 46 free throws for Missouri, 14 for Iowa State.
Yeah.
Can't talk about the officiating. That's a no-no.
No.
But that is a concern.
Well, 46-14, I've had calls from coaches that can't believe that. Even coaches in our league all around the country. And there's no way that can happen unless it's just completely, like if it's a blowout or something, you know.
Did you discuss that with conference officials?
Oh, I certainly have.
And what did they say?
Well, it's just like anything else. You're not going to get any satisfaction there, Coach. If you had a job paid you $135,000, $150,000, are you getting any trouble?
Let's take a look at the highlights,
be a good guy.
Let's see some good play from the Cyclones because it was a great game. Down in Columbia, Missouri, always a tough place for Iowa State to perform. But right off the bat, there's Norman Brown.
That was a good play. Doug held that ball long enough. It was good.
Victor Alexander.
Good pass there.
Starting to get better now after that bronchitis, right?
Yeah, he's coming back healthy now. Doing much better. Oh, he got that to Gucci. Quick hand there, boy. Old Vic whipped her to him. There's Doug Smith, man. Whew, that's a big-time basket.
Everybody said he is the preseason pick for Player of the Year. Has he got that locked up, John? Or
look at that great pass by Vic. See, Vic doesn't get any credit for that. I'll tell you, this guy here, Vic Alexander, oh, nice pass by Doug against the press. Look at that move by a big guy.
Has Vic got a shot at that honor?
Darn right he has, and the other guy I think's got a shot at it, a real shot at it, is Houston. He went right by him, right by old Horton there. Houston of Oklahoma State. And Victor, Van Diver, he might have a crack.
Brian Pearson.
Yeah, Pearson
back off
coming
the illness list.
Hit 2 big ones in this game for us. I thought the second one won it for us. There's Dorfeld pumper in.
Halftime, John. Iowa State up by 3, 34-31. You got to be happy at that point.
Oh, yeah, and I felt we were going to really go. Look, we're passing that ball, man. We played, Mark, much better in this game than we did against. Look at Justice there. Beautiful.
Better in this game than you did against Oklahoma?
Oh, yes. Yeah, I don't think we can play much better than we played at Missouri. Had they just not had so many free throws and we'd have gotten a few, doggone, it would have been great.
Head to Collins for the jam.
That was a good steal and a good play.
Down by 2 at that point in time, but then Doug Collins, he's hitting 69% from three-point range in Big 8 play. Unbelievable statistic. And Doug put Iowa State up by 3, but here comes Peeler on the drive.
Yeah, that Peeler's great.
Drives the foul.
But he no foul there. I mean, he made the basket.
And
boy,
some of those are agonizing players.
That's a great pass. Look at that now. Well, we can't rerun that. Doug Smith, that's his 5th foul. He pushed Mick right in the back, see? And when Pearson hit another, when he hit that, I thought we won the game. I thought we were going to win, but...
Last lead of the game, you were up by 2, and then the Tigers went dancing to the line.
9 times.
And believe you me, it was a close one, and a heartbreaker. Coons with a tip in at the buzzer. The final story. Missouri 82, Iowa State 78.
Yeah.
And like you said, John, you played about as well as you could play down there, but that is a tough place to win.
Well, it sure is, and particularly when you shoot. They miss more free throws than you shoot, it is. They missed 15. We only shot 14. They made 31 free throws to our 6. You can't beat teams like that. You can't beat big-time teams when it's like that.
Why does that happen?
I don't know, but I got some ideas, man. What I'd do about it.
Nothing you can do about it?
Nothing I can do about it. If I did, I'd be rid of some people.
You do something about it.
I'll say.
Well, in just a moment, we'll go to happier times. Wednesday night, Hilton Coliseum, 14,000 excited, happy Cyclone fans. And boy, did they get their money's worth.
On fire. They're on fire.
Back with the Sooners next after this timeout. Well, I tell you what, we had Johnny Orr with an interview before that Oklahoma game, and you could have played you like a string. You were tight, nervous, quiet.
No, I knew it was going to be a dinger, Coach.
You said that last week.
Yeah, I knew it was going to be. It always is we play Oklahoma.
You seem to have an uncanny knack. Of course, I don't know how many years, 40 years of coaching or something, John. You always are absolutely on target with assessing the psychology of your team before a game starts.
Well,
you know the days when they're going to play well. You know the days when you have to worry. You were somewhat worried at the start of that game, and they were sluggish at the start.
Yeah, they weren't ready mentally. Tried to get them ready, but they weren't doing it. You know, the loss of Missouri was a terrible loss for us, playing as well as we played, and I think that hurt us more than any loss we've had.
Well, let's go to the highlights, because it was, as Johnny said, a dinger. As Gary Thompson said, a double dinger. And right off the bat, Iowa State going to work inside. And Norman Brown with a flying high slam.
Norman, he's playing well now. He's just getting more and more stamina. As Vicky. There's a strange thing happening there, man. I think he got fouled about 8 times.
Victor was getting pushed
Look
and
at
shoved
Vic.
and hacked.
He got it. When Vic makes the expression, you know he's been fouled, man.
You were down by 1 at that point in time. You got down by 7 early, and then you really went to work, and Victor Alexander, the offensive rebound, up by 1.
That was a good steal. He made a bad play there, and that was a great steal.
Yeah, Webster.
He's a good player. He's just a freshman, man. He's going to be a dandy.
Only a freshman. Collins.
Oh, Doug Deerelder.
3-point land, and as we said, now he's hitting close to 70%.
Pivot come off of that. Ooh.
What a pass.
What a pass that was. Not many guys had caught it.
Doug Collins, number 2 in the Big 8 in assists, a rocket inside to Brown, and then Justice caught fire.
Yeah, Justice got it going there in the second half.
He's really coming on.
Oh, how about that by Kunze?
360.
Woo! Kunze had a good first half, boy. Look at Pippen at the end.
Here's the one.
Oh, I love it.
You know, 3 home games in a row, John, you come up with a 3-point play just before the buzzer, and this time it was Pippen.
Good coaching.
Good coaching.
Ooh,
Second half, here we go.
Oh, that's Sal, yeah. Boy, he's a big guy.
I started him at the last minute to try to put some weight on Victor.
There goes Duggar.
And then Collins.
Yeah.
3-pointer on the left side. You were tied at that point in time.
Look at this. There's a big basket here.
Dorfeld rolls
Big
it
basket,
home.
big basket.
Up by 2. But this ball game was tied 21 times, John. Price underneath ties it again at 64.
Oh, good feed there, good feed.
Then big pass.
By Skipper do there.
Now it was tied at 70.
Well, Vic made up some ground there, didn't he? Wheeled right in there. Watch this one.
Great
That
play.
foul, what a basket.
And that also took Salier out of the ball game, his 5th foul.
What a basket. Watch this one.
Here comes the big basket.
Oh, I can't imagine Pippett even think about shooting that.
Pippett hits it, and then
that's
Justice with 1 of 2 free throws. Oklahoma had one more chance.
Can't get it off.
Blocked.
Can't get it off. Can't get it off.
No foul.
No foul, nothing.
Doesn't fall. Iowa State wins
If he
it.
was inside the line, anyhow, it didn't make any difference.
82-79. The Cyclones knock off Oklahoma the first time in the last 8 meetings, John.
Yeah.
Well,
But let me tell you what, Coach. We've had about 4 of those like that.
That didn't go.
Right, and they went for them. And these games, that's why you don't realize you've lost that many to them, because we've played them so close, and then at the end, we've lost them right at the end.
Well, I'll never forget that game down at Kemper. And
1 for 11 that guy made. That's the only basket.
unbelievable. Mike Bourne's playing
All
with
over
stitches under his eye because
All
he
over
got hit by Mark Baugh.
Yeah.
And you led the ball game wire to wire until the final shot.
Yeah, and that's the only basket. He's 0 for 10 up until then, that guy.
Well,
Can you imagine
you got to feel good going into Kansas today.
Oh, I feel good, but this team here, I think, is red hot. One of the top 5 teams in America today.
Well, we're going to talk about the Kansas Jayhawks a little bit later on, still savoring that nice win over Oklahoma on Wednesday night. And when we return, the Cyclone spotlight will fall on a young man that hasn't been seeing much action lately. But is he on the rebound? Sitting here talking about Johnny Orr's grandson,
Yeah.
John Henry. How's he
John
doing?
Henry. Oh, he's terrific, boy. He's getting big now, man. Looks like he's going to be a tackle on a football team.
He ain't going to be a small forward?
I think he's going to be short and big.
You teaching him how to dribble yet?
He's got all the balls. Got every kind of ball. Golf ball, football, baseball, basketball. He got them all.
Well, I tell you what, let's talk right now about another Cyclone that's going to be making quite an impact in the years to come. Mike Bergman is our guest this week. And, John, this young man went through some hardship this year with a broken bone in his hand, but he is recovering quickly, right?
Going to be out 2 months. He's going to be back now, but before he gets to play, he'll be gone 2 months. Quality individual, Mark, as fine as you'll ever find. Good student. They want a good student. Here's a good student, man. Good basketball player, good guy. Everything. He'd have been in a starting lineup following the Northern Iowa game had he not gotten hurt.
All right. Well, we'll have a story right now because Keith Murphy is standing by one-on-one with Mike Bergman, our guest in the Cyclone Spotlight.
Number 35, Mike Bergman, redshirted last year after being chosen Mr. Basketball for the state of Iowa during his senior year at Waverly Shell Rock. The 6'8 forward waited a long time for this season to start, and when it did, Bergman showed a lot of promise. But that's when the freak injury happened. Bergman broke his left wrist against Northern Iowa, and he's been out of action ever since.
Well, at first it was really tough, and I think overall it's probably, it's been a negative thing, but I've gotten some positive things out of it. I think it might be a motivating factor if I get a chance to come back this year. I think I'll really be ready to play because I've sat out and had to watch for so long. Also, it's given me a chance to work on my right hand, which is a little weak before the injury.
Ironically, a similar injury to Phil Coons helped get Bergman more playing time earlier in the season. Cyclone fans remember Bergman knocking down a big three-pointer late in the game against Iowa.
It was a big game, and it was unfortunate that we lost it, but I felt I came in and I rebounded well, and I made a three-pointer at the end of the game, which was kind of crucial. I thought it could have been a shot that could really put us up and maybe win the game, but we had some things go wrong at the end. But overall, I thought I was happy with my performance, even in the loss, that I was starting to play a little better.
Bergman hasn't written this year off by any means, but with the Cyclones losing several key big men, you can understand why he's already looking forward to next year.
We're going to need some people to step in and fill those roles, obviously, and I think we have some guys in this team that can do it, and I think we have some newcomers coming in that have proven themselves that I think will come in and be a positive addition to the team. So it's going to be a blow losing those guys, but I think we can't replace them we can't have another Victor Alexander, but I think that we can find somebody else.
And that can't come too soon for Mike Bergman, a player with a lot of talent who's having to wait a long time to show it. Reporting for the Johnny Orr Show, I'm Keith Murphy.
When's he going to be back, John?
Well, he's going to be back for this next game.
Next game?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
When we go to Okie State, we may slip him in there.
All right. Well,
I'd like to see him bust about 6 of those three-pointers.
You know, I was just thinking of something. Down the road here, let's see, Brad Pippett, Brian Pearson, Mike Bergman, Lauren Meyer, Fred Hoiberg,
Justice Thigpen,
Morgan Wheat. Now, these are all Iowans. You're sort of cleaning up in the state of Iowa, aren't you?
Yeah, I like to get them all. We got to give them Cedar Rapids. We had them all.
You would?
Yeah. We're doing a good job. My guys do a good job.
A couple of years, you could have an all-Iowa team out there on the floor.
I'll tell you what, when you got that one boy with you there, then you got them all, boy, because he's going to be a dandy.
Which one's that now?
That big boy.
Oh, Lord Meyer. And I don't know of a bigger Cyclone fan or booster than Richard Stark.
He is the best. Good golfer, too. Beats me once in a while.
Every now and then.
He'll like that.
He'll like that. Well, I tell you what, in just a moment, we are going to continue with our hot topics, and we're going to talk about the Big 8 standings and, of course, UNLV. But right now, it's time to make somebody a winner out there, John. If you'll dip into the Reebok shoebox and see what we can find here. And, boy, the cards are really pouring in now. You got a bunch in here.
Oh.
This one comes to us from Charlie Isaacs of Iowa City, Iowa.
Iowa City.
There you go. And let's see. Coach Orr, how many seniors have gone into the NBA since you've coached at Iowa State?
Well, I've had 2. Jeff Hornacek was the first one, and Jeff Guerra was the second one. Both doing very well and playing quite a bit. Hornacek, of course, really doing well.
And Barry Stevens, close.
Barry Stevens, he's still playing the CBA.
Over at Columbus,
We
right?
got a lot of guys had been in Europe, in the CBA and things like that.
And Victor Alexander is going to be in there, too.
He's going to be the next one.
You bet. Well, congratulations, Charlie Isaacs of Iowa City. Hot topic time on the Johnny Orr Show. Hot topic number 1. The Big 8 tournament just around the corner down in Kansas City.
All signs point to a dinger, Coach.
Is there really a front runner down on the neutral floor, John?
There isn't going to be. By that time, there may be, but right now, no.
Missouri?
It'll be a dinger, boy.
The Cyclones probably have as good a chance as anyone down
You
there.
bet your life we do. They're looking forward to it.
Ooh. Now, the big question, John, UNLV number 1, playing in really a weak conference.
Ooh, sick.
Can anybody beat UNLV?
Well, Arkansas got a shot at them. Ohio State, Indiana. I think that's about it, maybe. And those teams would have to have a great game, and UNLV would have to be off.
Are you picking UNLV to win it all?
Oh, yeah, unless something, there can be things happen there with the referees and stuff,
That's true. John, let's talk about the schedule ahead, because first of all, we have got a big one coming up today, Hilton Coliseum. 1 o'clock is the starting time today. Kansas's Jayhawks come to town, and if there's a hot team in the Big 8, this is it.
Those 2 right there, the 2 hottest in our league, along with Nebraska, one of those 3 are going to win the title.
One of the 3.
Kansas, Oklahoma State, or Nebraska.
Is going to win the Big 8 regular season.
Going to win the regular season.
Not the tournament.
The team that wins the title is not going to win the tournament.
Really?
No.
Let's talk about today's game, Jayhawks.
They're good, Coach.
Another upset in the making here, John?
Well, we're going to give her a go, We're not in this class, but we'll give her a go.
They are the 24th ranked team in the country this week.
Playing much better than that. Boy. They're blowing teams away,
What's the secret to success today? What must the Cyclones
They got to
do?
have a bad game. We got to have a super game.
Looking at the statistics last week, one of the things that you worked on in practice was your rebounding. You were last in the Big 8 in rebounding and rebound margin, and then you out-rebounded Oklahoma, so that's coming on.
Yeah, and the pressure defense. We got to work on that. We worked on that against Kansas.
All right, then coming up this week, later this week, you go to Oklahoma State, Stillwater, and is that really a possible win, John? I know every coach thinks that you have a chance,
you got to go
but that's
down
a
and
tough
play.
place to
You
play.
can't tell, but if you want the truth, you can save 10 grand, not go down there.
They haven't lost down there, have they?
No, and I don't think they're going to lose to anyone there.
Eddie Sutton is also a pretty darn good coach.
Oh, he's a good coach, and he's got a great team.
All right. Well, don't forget, the game today will be on most of the same Cyclone television network stations. No television for Oklahoma State. That one won't be televised.
But anyway, we'll be back next week with another Johnny Orr Show. See you then.
This is the Johnny Orr Show.
Fast start in that ballgame, right?
Fast is right.
Hello again, everybody. Welcome to the Johnny Orr Show. We're sitting here talking about the last couple of games. Kansas last Saturday, Oklahoma State down in Stillwater on Wednesday night. And we mentioned that in both games, John, you had sort of a quick start, didn't you?
Well, we definitely did it. Okie State was short-lived. It was 6-6, and then the next thing I think is 18-6. Then we made a good move, made it 18-12. We had 2 charges called on us, which were legitimate calls, and we scored both times. Then Dorfeld misses a dunk, and Doug Collins misses a lay-in. In the meantime, it's still 18-12. We could have been ahead of them 20-18. And then from there on, I would say, Mark, it was all downhill.
Let's reflect to a week ago, John. First of all, the Kansas Jayhawks coming to Hilton Coliseum. And you said before that game, that's the hottest team in America right now.
Well, they moved up, 11th in the rankings. And they're a good basketball team. They beat Nebraska last week. They're going to play today. They're going to play for the lead. They're going to play Okie State. The other team, I think, is playing very well. And they're playing at Kansas. And, Coach, we played good enough to win the game. We let them off the hook in that game. We're our own worst enemies in that game.
It seemed like, John, you just couldn't get over the hump. You were playing catch-up most of the game. You would catch up to within 4, 5, 6 points, but you couldn't turn the corner in that game.
Well, we just turned it over for no reason at all. They made 28 turnovers, and we just gave it back to them every time they did it.
Is Kansas now your favorite to win the Big 8 regular season?
Well, I haven't looked at the schedule yet. Okie State, I think they have 4 games at home yet. And if that's the truth,
they won't lose many at home.
They're not going to lose there anymore, no. And if they beat Kansas today, hang on to your hat, boy.
Oklahoma State's going to win.
They'd be the winners.
All right, let's go to the highlights and reflect to 1 week ago today. Hilton Coliseum, the Kansas Jayhawks came to town. And again, as John said, nationally ranked Jayhawks, and off the bat, Victor Alexander got you going. And
we run out of bounds play, and it worked good. Victor blew it and got the rebound. Then Randall, he gets it.
Randall had quite a day.
Vic was really jumping this day and was active offensively. That's a good. Dorfeld missed it, and Vic comes off the rebound, puts her in.
After about 7 games in a row, John, of shooting better than 50%, you struggled outside on this afternoon, hitting only about 43%.
Yeah, well, I think the reason for that, Justice is 3 for 15. Had he been 7 for 15, we'd have been fine.
Brad Pippett also 2 for 7 on the day. Victor Alexander had a good game, 13 of 20.
That was good. He went inside out. Now see, we just went to sleep there. That was bad. Dorfeld, bad Victor.
Into Vic.
Good basket. He made a lot of great baskets in this game, Victor.
Season high 33 points for Victor Alexander.
The only thing wrong with that, Randall had his career high 30. And that was the bad part of that. They just offset one another.
Halftime, trailing by 7, 44-37. Second half action now.
Good basket by Justice. That was his only basket of the game until the last minute.
And then to Vic.
Good pass from Doug to Vic. Good dunk.
This time, Thigpen finds Victor in the paint.
Pass. Vic puts it in. Good 3. Good basket. See, then we let Adonis come down there. Missed it.
Randall underneath.
Got it.
And all of a sudden you were down 18. But you came roaring back again. You didn't give up.
That was a good pass by Doug.
Pippett underneath from Collins, down 11 there. And then Jackson underneath.
Another good pass from Doug. And a good basket by Sean. Made a 3-point play.
You were down by 8.
Here we intercepted.
And Victor slams it home. And quickly, it was a 6-point ball game. Roy Williams worried at that point. Then Justice for 3.
Yeah.
It was down to 4.
Right. And they made a free throw, and they got the last basket there at the end of the game. But we made a run at it. We never gave up, and it was a great effort. Didn't mind losing, don't want to ever lose, but didn't mind losing, Mark, with the effort we had.
85-78, the final score, and the Kansas Jayhawks continue to roll, and as John said, they are fighting for the lead in the Big 8 Conference today as they take on Oklahoma State. Another tough opponent. We're going to talk about that game in just a moment. When the Johnny Orr Show continues, we'll go to Stillwater, Oklahoma. The Cyclones and Cowboys Wednesday night. But first, time out on the court. Back now on the Johnny Orr Show. Time to talk about Wednesday night's game down in Stillwater, Oklahoma, between the Cowboys of Oklahoma State and the Cyclones. And in that ball game, John, you shot more free throws than Oklahoma State. That's a first. Let's mark that
on the road.
83% from the line.
Shot 83%.
You out-rebounded the Cowboys.
Out-rebound them all, kill them on the offensive board.
But instead of that 50% shooting plateau that you were hanging above for so long, 39% from the field.
Well, that's right. And again, Justice Thigpen was 5 for 17. And 0 for 3 for Skip McCoy, 0 for 3 for Paul Dorfeld. And that really brought our shooting percentage way down. But this was our worst effort since the Colorado game. And for some reason or other, it started out like we were really going to go after him. And all of a sudden, Vic gets 2 fouls on him. And our team just looked like they had got a deflated balloon.
You gave the team Thursday off when you got back to Ames. And then you went at it to practice on Friday, and today you're down at Kansas State and so forth.
Well, Kansas State just had a big win, you know. They're fired up.
Boy.
They've changed their lineup, got a different lineup, and they're really playing super, man. If you saw the Oklahoma game, they were out of sight.
I did.
I don't think anybody in the league beat them that night.
I did. Do you still think, John, that the parity exists, or is Kansas and Oklahoma State rising a notch above the rest of the pack?
Right now, I'd say they are. But you never know. Next week, it might be a little different.
Your team,
I think the parity's tremendous.
Your team had a very poor game at Colorado and then came back, played some of its best basketball of the season. And hopefully you got this one out of your system now and you're ready to get back on a high now.
It'll be hard for us to win today at Kansas State now. We're coming in, we just, like I say, sometimes you get them at the wrong time. But whether we win or not, I want us to have a good effort here. And if we do, I think this will be a heck of a basketball game.
Let's reflect to the highlights. The game was not televised on the Cyclone Television Network because the rights were sold to the Prime Cable Network. But we'll take a look and show you right here. Koontz inside, John.
Koontz had a great first half. Can you imagine holding Houston without
2 points.
Basket? And there Doug makes a great steal and dunk on Houston. And it looked like we were off and running.
4-0. Iowa State out in front, and Pittman really had a game, didn't he?
You know, Pittman, he's a good kid, but he's not a good player. It's a good basket.
Up court.
Good pass. Ooh, that foul.
Slam.
Yeah, I think he traveled, to be honest with
you. Inside they go, and Victor got caught going for the steal.
Yeah, that was a bad play. Victor had a bad night. Doug goes in and lays that in. Now, they call him to travel on another one. He didn't.
Here's Vic.
That was a good basket. Vic didn't get many buckets. 4 baskets out of 5 shots. He couldn't get shots off.
Collins was the high scorer for the whole ball game. He had 21. Houston of Oklahoma State had 20. And Eddie Sutton.
Yeah, Donnell came in and did a good job. And
played a lot in the second half, too. And there's Koontz again. Doesn't hit. Victor with the outside
rebound. That was a good rebound. That's his only offensive rebound of the game. It was a good one.
What was the problem?
Back cut Koontz
with
there.
Victor in that game? Not sealing off the boards or what?
Oh, yeah, he didn't. Well, he didn't do what he was told to do.
Inside they go.
8 for 8 second half. Over 4 the first half. 8 for 8 the second half for Houston.
2 points the first half, 18 in the second.
Another great drive. A great pass by Pippett to Doug.
Collins. Pippett's getting better, isn't he?
Well, Pippett did a super job. He was the only rebounder the first half. There's a Pearson three-pointer. He didn't have a good game, but he made that. And Houston hits another one. He was 8 for 8.
When he gets rolling, he is really something.
Strong. There's a great pass. There Skip makes a nice pass back to Doug. Skip McCoy. We get a bucket. We're really getting that coming down now. We can't make it.
And McCoy.
Great basket by Donnell Bivens. He tipped it in. played pretty well in it. Oh, that guy made that. But that was the last basket. It didn't make any difference.
Freshman, and he hits his only shot at the ball game, and the Stillwater fans were happy. Final score, Oklahoma State, not Oklahoma. Oklahoma State 83,
yep.
Iowa State 62. Tough night.
Well, it was a tough night and very disappointing night to see us do that. The first time we slipped back there for 5, 6 weeks.
Well, let's hope you get one of those bad games every now and then. It's over and done with, and that the Cyclones rebound today. And coming up next on the Johnny Orr Show, I'm going to ask you about Norman Brown. We've seen him have some great plays this year. Norm's been in the starting lineup on several occasions. He'll be our guest in the Cyclone Spotlight right after this time out. Welcome back to this week's Johnny Orr Show. Time now for our Cyclone Spotlight. And our spotlight's going to shine today on Norman Brown. Now, last year at this time, John, he was recovering from a separated shoulder.
Right.
Dislocated shoulder. And really, people didn't hold much stock for his future as a basketball player because I guess he had that injury a couple of different occasions.
Right. They operated on it, and it was successful, and he rehabilitated last year and everything, came back this year. Norman's biggest problem, he doesn't know how to work hard. If he knew how to work hard, get a little stronger and everything, he's a very talented person. He can jump. He's good around the basket. And he can rebound, do those things. He's very quick, has quick moves. But he gets tired very quickly. And he's got to learn to work harder. And he only has 1 more year to do that.
Had a tough night against Byron Houston down in Stillwater Wednesday night, too.
Oh. Put him in the game. Houston scored 2 baskets on him in 40 seconds, and Norman was never near him. He just pushed him right out of the way. And Norman, that's his trouble. He's got to be a little stronger.
Well, Norman is coming on. He's shown improvement over last year, certainly. And we're going to meet him right now. Keith Murphy has his story, one-on-one with Norman Brown.
Junior forward Norman Brown has worked his way into the starting lineup for more than half the Cyclone games this season. It's been a long, hard road for Brown. Going into the 90-91 campaign, he had more injuries than starts. Brown missed all of last year following shoulder surgery, but now Stormin' Norman is back, and he wants to remain in Johnny Orr's first 5.
I think I'm more comfortable starting, but, sometimes I have to revert to the reserve role, but that's okay, too, just as long as I get to play a little bit. From not starting, I just have to come in, kind of fast and get everything going, and it takes me a while to get things going, and I think if I can start, I can come out and contribute a little bit more than reserve role.
One way Brown, the team, and the crowd really get going is a Stormin' Norman high-altitude jam.
Sometimes we come out kind of dry, and when I have a layup, I can either lay it up or dunk it, but I prefer to dunk it because it does get the crowd into it, and that gets us fired up too.
Brown's play and that of his team make an interesting parallel. Both have had great moments and disappointing ones.
Oh yeah, it's been an up and down year in terms of me personally, but this is my first time playing in 3 years, and I'm just trying to work hard and continue to get better. I think we'll continue to win with hard work, and in the Big 8 season, we play some of these teams on the road, and I think we're a little bit more confident on the road than we were.
What does it take to win on the road in the Big 8?
Well, you're not going to have the refs on your side, so you have to come out with a little bit more intensity than, you normally would, and just you got to get a big lead on these teams because, like I said, the refs, they haven't been on our side too much this year.
And as he looks back and ahead, Brown says Iowa State is right where he wants to be.
I've been happy, and, I tell anybody to come here.
And that feeling will probably grow stronger as Brown becomes a bigger part of Cyclone basketball. Reporting for the Johnny Orr Show, I'm Keith Murphy.
Boy, Norm has had some big plays, though, this year, John.
Norm has the ability, Coach, to be he could be an outstanding player. It's just whether he wants to work hard enough to do it.
Well, I tell you what, we're going to make another winner out of one of our viewers in just a moment as we dip into the Reebok shoebox. But right in the Reebok shoebox and make somebody a winner, And we have a lot more cards this week,
Oh,
John,
we
so
got 'em,
mix them
yeah.
up, and let's see what we
We
got.
got a short one there. I can't see what it
Short
says.
question. This comes from Sue Riggs of Lewis, Iowa.
Oh, Sue, that's great.
It's in the Lewis?
Oh, been around there.
Okay. Sue says, John, what basketball tournaments are scheduled for 91-92? I guess you went to Tucson this year and North Carolina. Where are you going in 92?
Maui. Well, we're going to open up in San Juan, Puerto Rico.
Cool.
Yeah, and during Thanksgiving, so everyone knows we're not going to miss any school.
That's a San Juan shootout.
Right, a San Juan shootout, and then we're going to move at Christmas time to the Hall of Fame basketball tournament in Springfield, Massachusetts.
Springfield, Massachusetts.
Right, and we're going there in Christmas, so we'll not miss any school again. So we should have no one writing complaining about that.
But, John, you can't take your golf clubs to Springfield, Massachusetts.
No, I didn't take them to Tucson.
Come on.
No, I didn't go. You're not... If I had a great team and we were winning every game and everything, then I might play golf. But you get too many things on your
You
mind.
must be getting paid a lot of money to go to Springfield, Massachusetts, right?
Well, I'll tell you what, Gedge, we don't go to any tournaments where they don't pay us a lot of money.
All right. Sue Riggs, congratulations. You're a winner of a free pair of Reebok shoes. Welcome back to this week's Johnny Orr Show, and time now for the hot topics of the week. And we have a few of them to discuss. First of all, Paul Dorfeld. Watch what happens to Paul inside against Byron Houston here. The elbow comes around. Paul had his lights turned out, knocked out cold on this play Wednesday night.
Yeah.
The question is now, John, the doctors say he had to lay off a couple of days. Is he ready to play again?
No. And he was, that's an unfortunate thing. It's an unlucky thing happened to you. I don't think it was intentional or anything by Houston. It just caught Paul right there on the jaw. And it knocked him out. And
really, when he hit the floor, it probably
came back. Yeah, I didn't look like it hit the floor very hard, really, with his head. But he was a little groggy. But afterwards, the doctors and everything looked at him down there, checked him all over, and examined him, said he's okay.
Down there?
Yeah. But they want him to lay out a couple of days here.
A couple of days of practice, so that'll probably affect his playing time a little bit today
I
against
would
Kansas
say
State.
that would affect it, definitely.
All right. Second hot topic. Tomorrow, John, the number 1 and number 2 teams in the nation square off down in Fayetteville, Arkansas. Arkansas against UNLV. The question is, has UNLV played anybody, and who's going to win that ball game?
Well, it's going to be a great game. You know, both of them in the Final Four a year ago. Arkansas, complete bust. Disorganized, didn't look like anything. Got drilled. UNLV going to win a national championship. Has not lost a game for a long, long time. Haven't played the greatest schedule in the world, but they haven't been tested. They beat everyone by 40, 50 points.
Who you picking?
I'm going to pick in UNLV down there. Even though they're going to Arkansas, I'm going to pick them.
Because you know, they've got great players.
I know. And when the time comes, they've won it all, and they'll rise to the occasion. But they're going to play the second best team in America.
All right. Time now to talk about this week's schedule. First of all, today, Iowa State at Kansas State, 1 o'clock the starting time. And then Wednesday, Nebraska comes to Hilton Coliseum. Maybe payback time. Let's take them one at a time, 10, 15 seconds apiece. Kansas State, keys to victory, John.
The keys to victory is a great effort on our part, and if we have the desire, because we beat them before, more than they have to beat us this time for revenge.
Wires is hot right now, and Delaware is playing steady as ever.
Move Delaware to forward.
And Mo Britton is a force inside. Then Nebraska, Wednesday night, Hilton Coliseum. Can you beat them?
Same thing again. If we have the desire, they beat us now. And if they have enough desire to beat us here, or we have wanted for revenge a little more.
Nebraska lost 3 in a row last week. They should bounce back today against Colorado. But Hilton's magic should do the trick this Wednesday night. Let's hope.
Well, I hope our guys are really going after them, man.
All right. We're out of time. See you next week right here on the Johnny Orr Show. So long, everybody.
This is the Johnny Orr Show.
Hello again, everyone. Welcome to this week's Johnny Orr Show. And a big game today at Hilton Coliseum for Iowa State as they entertain the Colorado Buffaloes. And this past week has been sort of a roller coaster ride for Iowa State. John, I don't know what to think, and I think you're a little perplexed also. You go down to Kansas State a week ago, play your best game ever, and then you come back to Hilton Coliseum and you were flat as a pancake.
Well, we certainly were, Mark, and I think we can't stand prosperity, I guess. Here we had a chance to really make a move, and we really had a chance. Nebraska didn't play well. This has got to be one of their worst games. and we played just horribly. Unbelievable. And we put in Skip McCoy and Brian Pearson and Dorfeld there and almost pulled the game out.
Cut an 11-point deficit.
Had a chance. Kuntz misses a lay-in, and Vic misses 2 free throws. Brian Pearson's got 4 uncontested 3-point shots, and if he makes just one of them, we're going to win that game. And as it was, we didn't. We fouled them. They made all their free throws, and they won. And it was their 20th win, so it was a good thing for them. They were all positive about it. From our standpoint, it was a negative thing because when I looked at the films, it was even worse than when I saw the game. We should have definitely won the game. But that's the way this team has been, and we've been up and down, like you say, on a roller coaster. We were great at Kansas State, absolutely phenomenal. And I think we'll be pretty good today again.
Against Colorado.
I hope so.
You know, the thing was, John, after that Kansas State game, I said, boy, you know, these guys are really starting to play well.
Well, they were.
I looked at the schedule and thought, you know, they just may win 4 in a row because then you had Colorado today, which you should win, and then you go to Oklahoma, a team that's struggling. Perhaps one of your best chances ever to win on the road next Wednesday down in Oklahoma. But sometimes the ball bounces funny ways.
Well, I think the team thought just like you're thinking.
They were putting them in the win column before they played them.
The Oklahoma game and Missouri game all wrapped up. Now in Colorado, just questioning getting through this one.
So now you're back to taking them one at a time.
Well, I always take them one at a time, but I don't play.
That's true. Well, John, let me ask you this now. You started out with a road win, this time through in the Big 8. You feel better about this second half of the season, though, don't you?
Oh, yeah, Mark. I was very disappointed when we lost to Nebraska. There's no question about that. Under the circumstances, they have been a good team. They are much better than they were here.
Tell you what, let's put a smile on your face right now, okay?
Yeah.
Let's forget about Nebraska for a couple of moments and reflect on Manhattan,
Let's
Kansas.
go back to Kansas. I love that.
Go ahead and take over, John. Tell us what you like in this game.
Just about everything we did after the first 5. Look at that back door. Beautiful pass. Miss it. Get it back.
Brad Pippen is really playing hard, and then Victor is playing hard in this game.
He gets fouled, yeah. Got hit in the face, see? You got to injure Victor before they call a foul on him.
And outside, Collins with a 3-pointer, up by 4, 22-18.
Doug Collins is phenomenal. How can you go 26 points, 9 rebounds, 9 assists to 2 points or 4 points and 1 assist? Unbelievable.
Tough
Beautiful pass from Justice to Donnell Bivens.
He had a great game here.
He was just what we needed in this game, and he did a great job. I can understand him not playing so well. There's a great pass and a great move by Donnell.
For freshmen to become consistent, though, isn't it? 2 games like that was almost too much to ask, right?
See, look at him here, the confidence he has. Look at that pass. Yesterday, he fumbled the ball twice, Wednesday. And look at Norman Brown, made a great cut. He gets in the game, fumbles a sure lay in.
You didn't have a whole lot to do in that game. You just sort of sat back there and watched, didn't you?
Yeah, they were good. There was no sense saying much. I mean, they were on the ball in this game. We come out the second half here, miss our first shot.
And here's Thiggy.
Hit 13 in a row.
Yep.
Well, that's not going to happen very often. It's the first time it's ever happened to me in my life, so.
Pippett.
So we throw a bad pass?
Bad passes turn into baskets.
Yeah, this is a good day for us.
Collins with quick reaction there, and then Pippett with the drive. Off balance, Jay. Hits it up by 17.
We're drilling them all, man. Look at the steal here. Watch this dunk.
Watch Donnell.
Whoa. Yeah, that's quick. See, he's quick.
And then Justice, he was on fire in this ball game. Every time he launched it, it went in. 3-pointer there, up by 25 in the ball game. This time, Justice to Collins.
Great pass.
Alley-oop jam.
Great pass and a great jam.
Let's see that again. You haven't seen many of these this year, have you?
Oh, 6-1, Coach.
I know.
That's a great pass and a great dunk. Now watch this.
Up by 27. And then
put the press on us, and wham, Doug came up there and hit him for a dunk.
Slams another one.
Look at that play. Another dunk.
Pippett. And in the end, 20-point win, 98-78, on the road at Kansas State, a place that's been very difficult for you to win, John.
Well, it's just one of those nights, Mark, and we were very good that day, but it all went bad on us the next game.
I asked you on Wednesday before the game, what'd you say to the team before Kansas State? And you said, I couldn't remember.
I should have remembered.
You should have remembered.
Yeah,
that's probably the problem.
Yeah, well, I should take the blame for that because I forgot what I said.
You forgot what you said in the pregame locker room chat at Kansas State. In just a moment, we'll be back, and things did not go as well Wednesday night at Hilton Coliseum. Tough night against the 17th-ranked Nebraska Cornhuskers. That story when we return. Welcome back to the Johnny Orr Show. We're sitting here talking about the statistics of the Nebraska game, and numbers don't look too good until you get to one young man by the name of Skip McCoy, who was our Pioneer Seed Corn player of the game, and Skip had a great game.
Well, he came in, and what he did is just played hard and really hustled and did a good job. Brian Pearson played hard. He didn't shoot well. Dorfeld, being out a week, came in and did a pretty good job, too. But, you know, when I put those guys in there, we were 13 down, and it looked like it was going to be all over and everything, and they came back and took the lead. And then they got a little tired and made a couple mistakes down the stretch. But from that standpoint, it's a great comeback on our part. It's just a shame. I would have loved to have seen anything to see them win the game because they did such a terrific job, and it was just a phenomenal comeback. But
cold night shooting.
They made some mistakes down the stretch.
39% shooting, John. I guess that's the worst night as far as point production from your team in 5 years at Hilton Coliseum.
Oh, I'm sure it is. I can't remember.
Just couldn't find the hoop.
No, and Coach, that game was a mental game.
I think things will be different today against Colorado. Let's reflect to the highlights. Wednesday night, Hilton Coliseum. The 17th-ranked Nebraska Cornhuskers, adorned in brand-new black uniforms. They just wanted a third set, and they chose black. And
I thought they were awful.
The uniforms?
Yeah. The shoes look bad, and the uniforms look bad.
Doug Collins right there with the slammer.
They got the uniforms free, you know.
And here's Victor.
Attaboy, Vic. And the champion gave them the uniforms because they used the black shoes.
Bo Reed, and here's a steal by Justice.
Yeah, that was one of our better plays. I think we had two of them the first half, Doug and him.
Brad Pippett takes a rocket assist from Collins and lays it in.
That was a good pass.
Iowa State was down by 8 at that time. Then Victor, 6-footer in the lane, 8-footer. And then watch Dorfeld right here. Had position, puts it back up and in.
Yeah, that was a good basket by Paul. He hadn't played a week. And
Reed turns and cans that. Tough shot.
Oh, that was a tough shot. It was a good basket. He made a good basket.
At halftime, you were down by 9, John, 34-25, but you didn't seem overly concerned.
Oh, I wasn't worried about that. I mean, I figured one of these days we're going to start playing here one of these minutes.
Second half.
Pearson hits a three-pointer. I put Pearson McCoy in. See if we get a little production. This is a great basket
and
here.
What a tremendous shot that was.
That was unreal by Skipper, yeah.
You know,
gave him a little confidence even though he lost his game. Look at that.
Then Dorfeld.
Big, hits another one Skipper does, man.
Gets the roll.
Yeah. See, we come from a 13 down here, man. Our fans are terrific. They're backing us, and he got us jacked up.
Down by 5. Pearson, three-pointer.
Yeah, he missed 6 of those, though. See, doggone, he's wide open.
Watch right here. Now, this is Skip, three-pointer. That cut him to 1, John.
Oh, yeah, we're moving, man. We were 13 down, like I said.
Iowa State actually
We're on him, boy. We're on.
Then King hits it.
That was a bad mistake.
This tied the game at 47-all, and then Victor Alexander gets an offensive rebound.
Oh, yeah, Skipper hit a two-pointer.
First of all, McCoy with the two-pointer.
Yeah, he had a two-pointer. Here he is. Look at Doug missed that.
Now Victor. And you're up by 2.
Yeah, Vic missed his free throw. He makes his free throw then big.
But that was the last time you led the ball game. Scales gets the three-point play.
Justice, did a bad thing there.
And then Kuntz at the end of the ball game, he gets the basket just before the buzzer. But then it was all academic.
Yep.
Difference in the game score, 65-57. And Danny Nee wins for his first time ever in Hilton Coliseum.
Yeah, 1 out of 5. Well, if he only win 1 out of the next 5, that'll be pretty good here.
So you aren't going to mind that too bad.
No,
it's been 6 years since the Huskers.
What makes me mad, I know it, and they only beat us 1 point the year before that. It makes me mad Nebraska beats us so, but they deserve to win the game. We didn't play. If we had played at all, we'd have won that game because they were no good, man. I'm going to tell you, they weren't very good.
Let's hope things are different today.
Yeah, I hope so.
We'll talk about Colorado more in a moment. Right now, time out. Back with our Cyclone Spotlight in just a moment. And today, the spotlight shines on Phil Kuntz when the Johnny Orr Show continues. Alrighty, we are back on the Johnny Orr Show. Time now for the Cyclone Spotlight. And this week the spotlight shines on Phil Kuntz, a player that's had some marvelous games and some tough nights this year.
Well, I can't say enough about Phil. He's a great student. He's a hard worker. And you know when he's out there, he's going to give you everything he has.
When we say great student, let's mention the fact that he's academic all Big 8, isn't he?
Oh, yeah, and he's like a 3.8 student. and he's a great kid. And when you put him in a game, he's going to do the best he can.
And it was a tough time for Phil because you originally recruited him. He decided to go to Illinois, didn't like the Illini, decided to transfer, had to sit out a year.
Yep, and he's given us a super effort. He's done a good job here.
Well, let's meet him right now because Keith Murphy has his story one-on-one in the Cyclone Spotlight. Our guest, Phil Kuntz.
Number 33, Phil Kuntz, has been a real success story for the Cyclones, both on and off the court. Kuntz made the academic All-Big 8 team last year, showing strength on the blackboard as well as the backboard. The senior started his final campaign quickly by hitting for 16 points in the opener against Chaminade, but a freak injury slowed the center down. Kuntz broke a bone in his hand and missed 3 weeks.
It just made me realize how fortunate I was to be able to play the game at all. You know, I mean, I could have had an injury that ended my season, and it could happen any time. It just made me realize that whatever little time I had to play, I got to go out and just play hard as I can, not hold anything back, because you never know when it all could be over.
But it's not over for Kuntz yet. He says the Cyclones can beat anybody in the Big 8.
Well, I think it's a combination of things that makes our team successful. And there's a lot of guys have been playing real well lately, and I've just tried to fit right in with them. And we're trying to play harder. Every day we try to come out and really come together as a team and play harder each day. And I just try to help that along by trying to play hard and being aggressive.
The team has played hard most every game, but Kuntz says after the long road struggle at the beginning of the season, he wondered if the team could win.
After a while, you kind of just felt like no matter what we did, we were just destined to lose. It seemed like when we went into some of those games, and even the games where we really knew in our hearts that we could win, it just seemed like nothing went right for us, or we had a couple people sick, or somebody was hurt, and we got a couple bad calls, and just seemed like nothing would go our way. And hopefully that all changed now.
As the Illinois transfer looks back on his 2 seasons at Iowa State, Kuntz says it's been a positive experience, and he knows exactly how he wants Cyclone fans to remember him.
Just that I played hard and never gave up, and just really worked hard. That's really all, that's what I'm about. I just not real flashy, don't have any really great skills like some of the guys, but I just try to keep a good attitude and play hard, and that's really what I'm about.
Kuntz's analysis is a bit modest but accurate. He works hard and carries a good attitude, something he's sure to continue doing when his playing days are over. Reporting for the Johnny Orr Show, I'm Keith Murphy.
And an A student, he will be a success.
Oh, yes, he's going to goes with a great girl.
He is a success.
Yeah, I'll tell you, Phil Kuntz, if you had 15 guys like Phil Kuntz on your team, you'd be a definite winner.
Any more people like him back in Carlisle, Illinois?
Well, not too many come out of Carlisle.
But let's make somebody a winner right now. Free pair of Reebok shoes.
Okay.
If you'll dip in there, John, and get one from the bottom, maybe. There we go. And let's see who this comes to us from. It says C. Little of Ames, Iowa. And it says, Johnny, sure enjoy the Cyclones. And would it be possible ever to hold an NBA exhibition game similar to that with the Milwaukee Bucks, perhaps bringing in the Phoenix Suns or the Bucks again? We'd love to see Jeff Hornacek or Jeff Greer up close and live. And this comes from Char Little of Ames.
Well, I'm going to tell you what. I don't know why someone hasn't done that already. But hopefully, before those 2 young men's career, they change teams or something is over, they'll have them back here to play against each other in an exhibition game. I think they'd pack the Hilton.
I think that'd be a great deal because obviously Milwaukee came to Hilton Coliseum, but I think Greer had the chicken pox or had an illness.
He was sick. And they played the New Jersey Nets or somebody.
Yeah.
That was a great team.
B.J. Armstrong went back to Iowa, and they had a big crowd over here, over there in.
I think we'd pack them in.
Yeah. Who's responsible for that? The NBA teams, or do you instigate?
Oh, Hilton has to, and I think they'll do that. I really think they're trying to do it.
Okay, that'd be great. Hornacek and
it's hard to get them, you know.
Yeah, I would imagine so.
You know, to get the Bulls, you lose money.
Do you?
Yeah, you fill the arena and lose money.
Michael Jordan.
Oh, they cost too much.
Time now for our hot topic in this week in college basketball. It's fighting. There's a new rule this year. If you get ejected for fighting, you have to sit out the next game. If you get ejected for the second time during a season for fighting, you're done for the year. Question is, Mr. Jones, the great, gets suspended a game for fighting. Here's that picture right here. But then in the UNLV Arkansas game, which you saw all over the country last Sunday, those two were ejected for unsportsmanlike conduct. No suspension. John, is this rule being administered fairly? How do you feel
I don't
about
think
this?
it is, no. Rudy's got every right in the world to complain about ejection of Jones when they don't eject Day. This was the second time for Day. He should have been out before this for what he did. Now, Chicago State, there's 1 second to go the half the other night, and two guys go down. Now a guy jumps in. All of a sudden, the whole bench is there.
And the whole bench is gone.
Right. And when you get up, that's ejection. And now they had to forfeit the game. Now they have to forfeit the next game.
Because the team is, almost the whole team suspended.
Right. And they should forfeit the games. But the guy from Arkansas should not play the next game.
Do you like the rule?
Oh, I think it's a good rule. I think it's an excellent rule, and we got to stop fighting. There's no place for fighting.
No.
And
the only one that can go out on the court to break it up is the head coach.
The head coach.
The
That's
assistants can't even go out.
That's right. Until this year, the head coach couldn't go.
Right.
But once again, the referees found out they could not handle it.
Tell you what, we have time now to talk about the schedule, a couple of games coming up. First of all, this afternoon, it is Colorado coming to Hilton Coliseum. The Golden Buffaloes still haven't won on the Big 8 road in years, John.
Well, that's a tough thing for us at this time, them coming in like that. But they pressed us, beat the heck out of us out there, and we got to handle the press, and then I think we'll be in the game.
And then, of course, you go to Oklahoma on the road next Wednesday. Both games will be televised, and the big thing about going to Oklahoma, they are really struggling. You don't know what you're going to find down there.
Well, Mullins is back, and Kermit Holmes will be back, and they almost beat Okie State at Okie State. So they're on the way back, and I think with their personnel, when the tournament comes, they're going to be hard to handle.
And they're going to be hungry for victory against you Wednesday night because you beat them at Hilton, and then they had that streak where they were struggling, and some of these players sitting out. Be a tough couple of games.
Tough games.
Well, we'll talk about them next week, same time, same place, when we come your way with another Johnny Orr Show. On behalf of the coach, this is Mark Matthews saying thank you for joining us. So long, everybody.
This is the Johnny Orr Show.
Hello again, everyone. Welcome to the Johnny Orr Show, and we have got a big win down at Oklahoma to talk about. Johnny is here, and Johnny is feeling a little bit better.
A lot better, I'll tell you. A lot better than I was early in the week.
Especially after Wednesday night, right?
I could never sat here Wednesday.
Ooh.
So I'm feeling good now.
Now, this is not a new injury type thing. You've had this problem before, John?
Well, I've had it before, but this is the worst I've ever had it.
And
it's feeling better now. I feel much better. I'm not going to go dancing or anything, but I feel better.
Take it slow, and it may slow down your golf game a little bit later.
Yeah, if I can't get up and down today, then I won't be on the bench at the game against Missouri.
You're going to watch it on television again?
Well, I'll be at the game. If I can't... If I can get up and down, then I'll be there. Otherwise, I'm not going to go there.
You know, we're going to talk about Jim Hallahan's role with the Cyclones because he's undefeated as a head coach.
Right, I know it. He's undefeated. I missed a game at Michigan once, and Frieder, he beat Illinois. They went ahead of Illinois 19-0.
Well, you pick good assistants, John.
Yeah, well, that's a good thing. That's why we win the games.
Let's first talk about Colorado. Last Saturday, Hilton Coliseum, a disappointing home loss. But Colorado, on the other hand, turned around and got Kansas the other night.
Knocked them out of the lead.
Colorado is the team that's hot right now, aren't they?
Well, they are. They lost 5 games in a row. Now they've won 3 in a row. It just shows you the balance we have in the league. I mean, you can't take anything for granted. And they're a good basketball team. We got off to a slow start against them. Very slow. Played a very bad first half. Second half, we played pretty good. And I think it carried over with our performance at Oklahoma.
Let's take a look at the highlights last Saturday afternoon. Hilton Coliseum, the Colorado Golden Buffaloes, and Iowa State. Pippett outside.
Fielder. There's Wise.
Steve Wise.
He had 32 against Kansas.
Big 8 player of the week. And then Justice.
Good basket there. Justice squares up, he can make that shot. Victor.
Free throws were killing you, John, in this ball game.
Just destroyed us in the first half. We were 1 for 11.
Then outside, Skip McCoy's been coming off the bench recently.
He did a good job in this game. He played very well and passed the ball well. That was a nice pass.
And Kuntz is starting to get it going again, isn't he?
Yeah, Phil. Well, you're happy when Phil does it because he's such a good kid and a good student and everything. Dorfeld missed a free. Boy, I guess Oklahoma man made those frees, and that won the game.
Then outside,
They're making a comeback then, see, and you let him get that ball.
Down by 11. Skip McCoy right here. Drills another three-pointer. It was down to 9. And then watch Vic. He'll slam this one home. And it was an 8-point lead for Colorado.
That was a good pass by Skip. Skip's going to be a fine player. Well, has Ali there.
Yep, Hassan Ali.
He has a great basket by him.
And then Justice again. But at halftime, John, you were down by 14, 45-31 in this ball game.
Yeah, we were doggone. We just didn't get it going until it was too late, Coach. See, we weren't
Then a turnover.
Not very sharp there. Yeah, look at that.
Down to Wise for the slam. 16 down. Colorado came out of the halftime locker room, scored 4 unanswered points, and then you got it going.
Yeah, we finally got it going. We get it down to 10 to 8, back to 10 to 8. That's a great move by Doug.
Collins with 15 of his 16 points all in the second half.
Had them all in 2 minutes. There we make a bad play, and we thought they were going to zone. They played us man-to-man, and we didn't make an adjustment there. And see, Dorfeld, he couldn't make one. Now, boy, he stepped up there and made 4 big ones against the Sooners. That's good.
Tell you what, nobody was hitting them Saturday afternoon, John. And Collins went to work inside, underneath, down to 8. And then Colorado scored, and then Dorfeld answered, back to 8 again.
Yeah, we just couldn't cut it down any lower because we kept missing the free throws.
Vanderbilt hit a free throw line jumper, and then Justice right here.
Well, that's a...
Jackson, Sean Jackson, excuse me, and it was back to 8 again.
There's a good rebound. Nice bucket there.
Justice right there. Yeah. That was 6, and the final story, 84-78. Tough afternoon.
Yeah.
This team plays so well on the road, and then they come home and sort of sputters.
Well, Colorado is a good team. Colorado, they may have played better against Kansas, but I don't think they played any better than they played against us here.
You know, you want to be peaking around tournament time, and boy, the Buffaloes are doing just that, aren't they?
They're coming on now. I don't know where they have to go yet. I haven't looked at their schedule yet. I knew Nebraska's going to have problems, though. They got to go to Okie State, too, yet.
Well, don't
They're almost out.
There's a whole lot more coming up on the Johnny Orr Show, and the best is yet to come. Jim Hallahan sitting in for ailing Johnny. Pulls off something that Iowa State hasn't done in 11 years. Beat the Sooners. We'll talk about it next. Hello again, everyone. Welcome to the Johnny Orr Show. And we are here right now with assistant coach Jim Hallahan, who, as a head coach at Iowa State, is now officially 6-0 because he's got about, 4 JV wins, and he won against Baylor 2 years ago, and he also...
I gave him an easy one against Baylor.
Right.
You know, they were no good. Last Wednesday, he had to work a little harder against the Sooners.
John, I can't help but ask you this question. You know, you hadn't won down at Oklahoma in your entire career at Iowa State. Tough place for you to go. Is that why you sent Hallahan? You figured, oh, what the heck?
Well, I figured he better get down there and see what he could do down there. He did a better job than when he helped me.
We're going to talk to Jim about the game after we look at the highlights right now. And, John, you and Jim both jump in here now and tell us what's going on. Let's roll the tape. And, of course, Jim looking pretty dapper there. That's your head coaching outfit, right?
Well, I just saved that for special occasions. That and a cyclone outing.
Norman Brown got a start in this ball game. That came as somewhat of a surprise to some people, but he played well, Jim.
Well, it really doesn't matter who starts. We played 10 guys last night, and sometimes starting a guy, he gives you a little something that somebody else doesn't, give you maybe a little better defense, and you start out the game, and then someone else comes in and gives you rebounding or offense. So all those guys played anywhere from 12 to 20 minutes, and 10 kids played. So it was just a real good team effort.
Dorfeld had a great game, John.
Oh, he played well. Doug Collins, hit that three-pointer and he got off and running. There's Donnell Bivens. That's a good one, wasn't it, Jim?
Right.
Goldman comes right in the game, hits from the corner, and that got him set up. There's another great pass, and there's a great basket.
His confidence is really up now. You know, after that game against Kansas State, there was almost a little pressure on him to be perfect again, and now he was able to fall back and have a normal game, and then came back and was very strong again.
Collins with a breakaway jam. Iowa State up by 2. And then watch the touch passes right here. Bivens, Collins, Bivens, back to Collins.
Oh, that was good.
Nice play. Halftime, though, Oklahoma led by 4, and Iowa State hasn't fared too well when trailing at halftime, but boy, you came out strong.
Well, the kids came out, and you know, we had taken Victor out and Justice out at the end of the half because of foul troubles, and we lost a few points, but it wasn't anything to panic about. So I think they were rested and confident, came back out, and the big thing was to continue to attack Oklahoma. Don't get back on your heels.
It seemed like every time they turned the press on, Jim, that it really hurt Oklahoma because you handled it well.
Well, in the past, they've always been so good that you get tentative. And once you throw the ball backwards instead of forwards, they've got you.
Doug Collins now is hitting over 50% from three-point range in Big 8 conference play. Phenomenal statistic.
Well, the big thing is to get the Doug to shoot it.
That's right. He won't shoot it
enough. See, look at there. I've seen now already four fantastic assists right here from Doug. They've been great.
Big 8 assists.
There's another one right there.
Pippett. Oh, this was a big shot.
Oh, was it ever?
Well, you know, Koontz passed up a possible shot to throw it to an open man who then Doug threw it to Pippett. That's
another great pass.
Victor Alexander, our player of the game, 27 points. Donnell Bivens got the off-the-bench award, but it could have gone to Dorfeld or to Koontz. Really, all three probably should have shared that honor.
Player of the game could have been the Iowa State team.
I think you're right.
Effort.
They passed that ball so well, you know.
We talked about making Jim Hallahan the player of the game on this occasion. 97-88, first time in 30 years that Iowa State has won in football and then swept the Sooners in basketball in the same season. And Jim Walden got it started, and you guys finished it off.
You know what, Mark? It's the first time since 1945 that Iowa State has beaten Kansas State and Oklahoma State twice in one season.
Unbelievable.
1945. That's 46 years ago.
Jimmy, let me ask you about the mentality and the attitude of the players. I know that John limped out to the airport before that departure on Wednesday morning with a cane, and that perhaps inspired the team.
Well, I don't think there's any doubt about that. That was a very emotional moment. You know, kids are funny. They sometimes don't sense injuries and things because they're young, and when they saw Coach Orr, and it was a, you know, it was a sad thing. You could tell he was in pain, and they thought in their minds, hey, if he's willing to drive from his house, get in the car, which was not easy, come out here, get out of the car, and wish him good luck. How tough can it be playing at Oklahoma compared to the pain he's going through? And even you heard comments on the plane from our players, and man, that Coach Orr is really hurting, boy. And I think that certainly, sometimes there's a little spark, a little something that will draw a team close together. And Coach Orr and I have talked before at different games, there's something that's happened. And it just seems to make everybody draw together and play as a team even better.
John, we got a lot of comments because during the Gaul game, of course, you watched it on television. And Bob Helmers, our executive producer, came up with a marvelous idea of calling you and putting you on the air. The only thing was, John, when you called back there in the second half and asked to speak to J.C. Limbach to complain about that call. J.C. wouldn't take your call.
Well, it's a good thing he didn't, or I'd probably been suspended.
But anyway, it worked out. Jim, congratulations. Super job filling in for John. And John, let's hope that you get back on that bench today. And
well, you know, we gave Kay a battlefield promotion up to top assistants for that game, too, and couldn't shut him up the whole game, so I don't know what he'll be like now.
A tremendous win, gentlemen. Don't go away. We've got more of the Johnny Orr Show coming up. And straight ahead, our Cyclone Spotlight shines on Doug Collins, who he himself has been shining for the Cyclones recently. Hello again, everyone. Welcome back to the Johnny Orr Show. Time now for our Cyclone Spotlight, John. And I was looking at the statistics here a moment ago, and Doug Collins leads the Big 8 in assists. He's also really turned on as a scorer this year.
Well, he's probably the best defensive player in the league. He's done a great job for us for 2 years. He started off with the chicken pox, you know, and it slowed him down a little bit. But he's had a great 2 years at Iowa State, and I don't think he's gotten all the credit that he deserves, but he's a fine young guy. He works hard. I think he's going to graduate from here, and he'll be a credit to Iowa State.
Well, I tell you what, Keith Murphy visited with Doug one-on-one this past week, and he's our guest today in the Cyclone Spotlight.
Number 23, Doug Collins, is a fun player to watch. The senior has explosive scoring ability and can turn the crowd on and a game around in a matter of seconds.
I just try to play hard each and every game, and I figure, if the crowd and the coaches see you playing hard, there won't be no negative aspects about, how you doing out on the court. So basically, I just try to do everything that I can to keep everybody happy as well as myself. I just try to get everybody into it, the crowd and as well as our team. It's just, after whatever happens, I just be, I guess you say, hyped up after it.
Collins transferred from John Logan Community College in Illinois and made an immediate impact at Iowa State. Last year, Collins made the All-Big 8 defensive team, was named to the overall honorable mention squad, and was co-winner of the ISU Most Valuable Player Award. The transfer worked out both ways. Collins has given Johnny Orr a versatile guard who plays bigger than his 6'1" height, and Orr has given Collins everything he hoped for in a college coach.
Coach Orr is great. I wouldn't want to play for any other coach. He's a wonderful person as well as off the court as he is on. He's everything that I expected him to be as when he started recruiting me. He's a wonderful coach. The whole coaching staff is.
Collins hopes to follow in Orr's footsteps and become a basketball coach, and he says he'll show his players where their priorities should be, just as he's learned where his should be.
You have to have your priorities straight in order to finish out school. If you don't have your priorities straight as you're going into college, you're headed for a downfall. And that's one thing I've learned here, education first, then basketball. You can't mix the two. You can't put that first. So that's one thing I've learned from being around here, the coaching staff as well as my tutors also.
As Collins looks back, he says his career is over too soon, but it's been a lot of fun.
It's been everything that I hoped it to be, and I don't have any regrets coming to Iowa State. I've enjoyed, being here, and hopefully I enjoy it until my career ends. I know that's coming real soon, and that's something I'm not really looking forward to it ending. It's shocking to me.
In the future, when Cyclone fans talk about Doug Collins, how would you like to be remembered as a player?
I would like basically for them to say that he gave everything that he could to help ISU out, no matter what circumstances it was.
Reporting for the Johnny Orr Show, I'm Keith Murphy.
Boy, he does, doesn't he?
Yeah, he gives you 100%. And good kid. Junior college couldn't guard a fly. And now you come here, the junior college guys can't believe how he plays defense.
Top defensive player.
Oh, boy, and he's an offensive player, too. Double figures, 14 straight games. He always gets a tough assignment on defense. A lot of times he guards guys 6'6", 6'7", and he gives a great effort. And he does the same thing. He never misses school. He goes to class, I would say 99% of the time. He never misses a tutor's appointment, anything like that. And I think the way he's changed from when he came here and when he leaves here, he's going to have a degree, and he'll be a great booster of Iowa State.
John, you think there's any way we could get him another year of eligibility?
Yeah, that'd be a good deal for us, I'll tell you that, if we could.
Sure would be. Well, don't go away. There's more of the Johnny Orr Show coming up. We're going to make one of you a winner as we dip into the Reebok shoebox. But right now, let's take time out and meet this week's Johnny Orr Show sponsors.
Alan, then we're taking on a load.
Well, I'll tell you what. Let's make somebody happy right now. Let's pull a card out of the Reebok shoebox, mix them up. There you go. You got just one, and it is from, let's try Teddy Lanacher, I believe it is, of Dexter, Iowa.
Dexter.
And Teddy says, John, would you like to see the three-point arc stay the same distance, moved out, or completely removed?
Well, Terry, I'd like to see it moved. Teddy, I'd like to see it moved. I'd like to see it moved back to the international rule. I think that's about 19 inches or 20 inches farther
There's some
back.
talk about doing that, too, right?
Well, I think they're going to get it done here pretty soon, Mark. I really do. And, it's the same arc that a sophomore in high school shoots from, that the girls shoot from.
Mm-hmm.
And I think if you're a college player in Division I, you should have more of a challenge than a sophomore in high school should have. So I think they should move that thing back.
All right. Teddy Lanacher of Dexter, Iowa, you're a winner. You'll receive a gift certificate. Hello again, everybody. Welcome back to the Johnny Orr Show. Time now for our hot topic. And if you take a look at the Big 8 standings, there's nothing hotter than a tie atop the conference race. Kansas and Oklahoma State entering today's game 8-3, both 19-5, and then Nebraska just one game behind. John, who's going to win this thing?
Well, I can't tell until I look at it all and see who's playing at home the most. And I think Oklahoma's probably got the edge in the schedule right now, but I don't know.
Oklahoma State, you mean?
Oklahoma State. Kansas, you know, has a blow to them to lose to Colorado. And things are wide open here yet. You don't know what's going to happen here.
All right, right there as we see Iowa State sitting in a tie for 6th place.
And we just beat Oklahoma. We've beaten them twice. And we've beaten Kansas State twice. So if we tie,
if it finished
we'll be
right
ahead of them, say.
In the tournament, you'd be seeded 6th.
Right.
So right now, it doesn't look like you can finish any lower than 6th, does it? Or
well, we have to win. We have to win a game or two, and Oklahoma has to lose, you know. But you can never tell. You know, Nebraska, they're going to lose maybe 2, you know.
Right.
They're not a cinch.
And
neither is Missouri.
Their schedule on the road is really tough, too.
Yeah, they have to go to Oklahoma State, I know that. And see, they had to go to Missouri, and they got drilled there.
If you had to pick one team right now, John, not knowing, like you say, who goes where and so forth left, who's your favorite? Which team is playing the best right now of those?
No, I'd say Oklahoma State right now. Kansas awful good, too, but Okie State.
Let's check the schedule right now because, John, today you have got a very big game.
Yeah, all of them are big for us. When you get off to a slow start like we did, they're all big, and that puts a lot of pressure on your team. We come up with a great win again on the road. Had 2 great road wins, and we've had some disappointing home games.
You played Missouri tough down in Columbia.
Very good. Could have won the game.
Can you handle them today?
It's going to be a tough game. It's going to be very difficult. Peeler's back playing lights out, and Smith's playing lights out. It's going to be very difficult. And then, of course, Kansas on Tuesday is going to be really tough at Kansas.
Especially on national TV. That's on ESPN.
They're dynamite there.
They'll be pumped up for that. Allen Fieldhouse is really a tough place to play.
Yeah, well, that's a challenge for you. You know, it's going to be tough. But you can never tell what happens. Our team can play well at times. We play badly at times, too, but we can play awfully well.
If you played like you played down in Oklahoma, you might have a shot at that Big 8 tournament automatic bid into the NCAA.
Well, that's our goal, of course. You know, in order for us to get in the NCAA, we've got to, you know, come up and win the tournament.
Well, the best of luck to you, especially today, John.
Okay.
Hope you're feeling better.
Okay, I'm feeling much better.
Hope the back gets better. We'll be back next week, same time, same channel, with another Johnny Orr Show. Till then, for the coach, Mark Matthews, saying so long, everybody.
This is the Johnny Orr Show.
Hello again, everyone. Welcome to this week's Johnny Orr Show, and we might add it is also the final Johnny Orr Show of the 90-91 season. Boy, this has flown by, John.
It's gone fast. When you're winning, it goes much faster than when you're losing. We got this winning streak going, you know, down the stretch here, playing so well. Why, whoom, you hate to see it go.
Well, we'd like to tell everybody that we are recording this program actually before the Big 8 tournament begins, John, because you're going to be tied up down in Kansas City. So we had to tape it a couple of days before you play Missouri. And obviously, that's the hot topic this week also, the Missouri Tigers, a team that's in the Big 8 tournament. Should they win, they still can't go to the NCAA tournament.
No, they're on probation, I think, for this year, maybe another year. And we'll bring that up and talk about that a little later, because that's a very controversial thing, not only in our league, but in the country.
Let me ask you this, John. What do you feel? You've been making some statements, chit-chatting, visiting with people. You seem to think that there is some hope for postseason play for the Cyclones this year.
Oh, there is, definitely. We win the tournament, we're in. But I think if we do well in the tournament, we got a shot. Certainly a shot at the NIT, but I think we got a great shot at. We're ranked 48th and 52nd in the country, toughest team in the country now. And the season is just about over. And they're going to take the top 64 teams. Of course, there's about 30 of them that are automatic, but there's a lot of them in there that aren't. We're going to rank way ahead of them. We played the toughest schedule in America, and we played in the toughest basketball league in the country. And now we just have to see if they have the courage to select us.
Well, obviously, all the tournament selections will be made coming up tomorrow, Sunday. But as we sit here, John, and our viewers share this program with us, for all we know, Missouri could have won yesterday, and you could be out of the Big 8 tournament. Then again, you could have won. So we don't really know at this point.
No, we don't know. And I think it's going to be the game of the first round. There's no question about that. It should be a real barn burner.
You know, that was a unique game situation, a unique matchup, because you go down to Missouri, they shoot something like 45 free throws, you shoot 14. They come up here to Hilton Coliseum. It was just the opposite. There's no home court advantage down at Kemper, though, is there?
No, I don't think so. I just think this is going to be a great basketball game.
Well, John, let's reflect a little bit if we can, first of all, because last Saturday night, Hilton Coliseum, the Cyclones really put a cap on the regular season, defeating the 12th-ranked Oklahoma State Cowboys. Final night for the four seniors, Collins, Victor, Kuntz, Dorfeld. And in this ball game, John, your thoughts?
Well, you know, we played a great team, great defensive team, and well-coached. Eddie Sutton has done a super job, and it was a game, our seniors' last game. We wanted to win this game very badly. They took us here in the beginning, but we just kept plugging away, and doggone, he walked there. But we pulled her out at the end again, and it was a great win. Sean Sutton surprised us a little bit. He was much more aggressive than we anticipated.
Oklahoma State shot 60% from the first half, and then the second half, the Cyclone defense really rose to the occasion, shut down the Cowboys, and things went well for Iowa State.
Yeah, we did a great job defensively. This is a great defensive team Oklahoma State has, and our team, we just out-defensed them. Look at that pass from Collins. Great pass from Doug.
Down by 8. Then just
Great
before the
steal.
end of halftime, Thigpen up and in.
That's big.
Down by 6 at intermission, 38-32 as you went to the locker room, John.
Well, we felt better than we did down at Oklahoma State, Coach. And I figured that we're going to come back and explode on them. I didn't know if we could beat them or not.
Second half,
very good.
Dorfeld, the 16-footer, still down by 8 at that point in time.
Great pass. That was a super pass from Justice to Doug. And
Doug had 11 assists in the ballgame, but that was his only basket that night.
Yeah, that was another great pass from Doug to Vic. And he put it right where he had to put it for Vic to dunk it.
Down by 6. Then...
oh, what a rebound by Kuntz.
Kuntz down by 4, and the comeback was underway.
Slipped inside of him. They didn't get him checked out.
Thigpen.
Ooh, yeah.
No place to go but up, and he hits it.
What a basket. You
Down by 4.
You got to have those things happen. There's a three-pointer for a little Skip.
Skip cuts it to 1.
Yeah, what courage, huh? Freshman shoot that shot.
63-62 Oklahoma State, and then
There's
Victor.
a great shot. Gave us a three-point lead by Vic. He wanted the ball, and he put her in the hole.
Up by 3, 66-63, and then Dorfeld has a couple of crawlers right here, but they both fall.
That was big.
Up by 5 at that point in time, and in the end, John, time for celebration. The Cyclones hold on to defeat 12th-ranked Oklahoma State 68-67. That was a big victory.
Oh, big victory. Biggest victory of the year.
And a great one to say farewell to the seniors on.
Farewell. We beat the #1 team in our league, and that was a number 12 team in America. And that brought the Hilton Magic back, I think.
Well, I tell you what, one of those seniors was very, very special, not just for 1, but all 4 years. He was a first-team All-Big 8er. Victor Alexander will be our guest as the Cyclone spotlight shines on Vic when we return after this timeout. Welcome back to this week's Johnny Orr Show. And, John, this week, Victor Alexander, again, made the All-Big 8 first team. What a performer. And what do you think his chances are going to be for an NBA career?
Well, I think they're going to be very good. Victor has great hands. He can shoot the ball. And as he matures, he's going to get nothing but better.
You know, there was some comments earlier this year by Marty Blake of the NBA saying that Vic still needs to shed a few pounds. Does he or doesn't he? He's been playing extremely well.
I think he's got to lose a little weight. You know, but he's going to do that. There's no doubt in my mind about that. And I think there's a lot of teams interested in Vic. I know there's a lot of teams interested because they'd contact me. And I hope he goes in the first round, and hope he has a great career like Hornacek, like Jeff Greer's starting to have now.
Well, I tell you what, we've saved the best for last. Needless to say, Victor Alexander led the Cyclones all year long, and what a marvelous job he did. Ladies and gentlemen, in our final Cyclone tribute this year, we go one-on-one with Big Vic, and Keith Murphy has his story.
I'm on my way, I'm making it. I've got to make it show, yeah. So much larger than life.
What
a basketball player leaves the pack behind, he is often rewarded by the fans with one-name status. In the NBA, you have Michael, Magic, and Isaiah. At Iowa State, there is Victor. The Alexander just isn't necessary. Big Vic has dominated inside in the Big 8 for 4 years now. And number 52 has been so consistently good, it's easy to overlook just how important Victor is to the Cyclones. He's often met by double-team coverage and eager Cyclone fans who want to help him.
They've been good to me. Sometimes I hear things from the crowd. Little things like bend your knees, Victor, and hustle, Victor, and stuff like that. But I guess they just want to see me work a little harder, which is nothing bad. But they accepted me when I came as a freshman. They brought the V up and all that. So they really been very supportive. I don't know how many people know how tough it is to go out there every night and have 2 and 3 guys guard you and beat up on you all the time. It's a real tough thing. But I've been able to deal with it. Since my sophomore year, I knew that when I came back and we had all those problems, I knew that I was going to have to carry the team. And it was tough for me last year, but I learned to deal with it. And then this year I came back and I know that I had to accept that role. I think that pressure definitely has made me a stronger person, it made me grow up kind of quick, and I realized that if that everything isn't going to be the way you want it to be.
Victor came to Iowa State with very little hoopla as a shy freshman. He leaves as one of the Cyclone greats. But to Victor, stats are the least of what he walks away with. He has forged an important relationship with his coach and will have a degree from a university he has come to love.
I'm glad I came here. I've had a great 4 years. Some things happened to me that I didn't think would happen. When I came here, I didn't really know how good a player I was going to be. My freshman year, I didn't really do too much, so I thought, well, let me go ahead and get this degree because I ain't going too far in basketball. And then, things turned around for me, and I had a good sophomore year, and people saying nice things about me, and I just tried to continue doing what I was doing once I got my confidence up. Coach Orr's been like a father figure. He's good to you when you're good, when you're doing the things you're supposed to do. When you're not doing things you're supposed to, he gets on your case. Coach Orr has been good to me. He gave me the opportunities to prove myself, and I think he's just, he's been a positive influence in my life.
Vic will probably arrive in the big time next year, but here's how he wants you to remember him.
I just want people to know that I'm a good person, caring, and that's how I want to remember.
Victor Alexander wants to be remembered as a good person, and he certainly is.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He's an easygoing fella, and I don't think I've ever had anyone that's more consistent than Victor. He didn't have a game at Kansas, and we get clocked, see? But if he goes out and scores his 20, 25 points, we're in the game, and that's the way it's been every game since he's been here the last 3 years.
He's had, what, something like 80 games in a row, double figures, straight double figures?
Yeah, he's very consistent. There's no question. You want him to do more, you get mad at him for not doing this or not doing that, but you get those stats, and he's right there again. It's almost always the same thing, and I think Victor has grown up. Well, I know he's grown up a lot. I think he can grow up a lot more. And I'm hopeful that he'll go into the pros. I think you'll see that he'll remember Iowa State if he does, and he'll be very generous with that.
All Big Eighter, Victor Alexander. Well, don't go away. There's more coming up on the Johnny Orr Show straight ahead. We'll check the tournament schedule down in Kansas City this weekend, and we also have a special treat for you that you won't want to miss. We'll be right back. Welcome back to this week's Johnny Orr Show, and we know that one round is already history at the Big 8 tournament, but like we said earlier, we had to tape this program before the Cyclones left for Kansas City. Let's take a look at the Big 8 tourney bracket right now, because here's the way it shapes up. First of all, yesterday was Missouri against Iowa State, Oklahoma State against Kansas State, Kansas against Colorado, Nebraska against Oklahoma. Now today on Saturday, here is the second round of the Big 8 tourney pairings, I believe. Well, perhaps not. But anyway, the winners advance, and it will be Iowa State going up against who if you win, John, and Missouri if you lose, obviously. Who do you play second round?
Oklahoma State, Kansas State winner.
And probably the Cowboys.
Well, that would be all right with me. I'm not worried about that. I just hope we win.
John, you said earlier that you were opposed to the fact that Missouri is in the Big 8 tournament because they are on probation.
Right, and they can't participate in the NCAA. So my personal feelings, they shouldn't be allowed to play in the tournament.
If they win it, it's going to cost the Big 8 a seat in the NCAA.
Definitely cost us a seat. There's no question. Kentucky can't play in the Southeast Conference tournament, and they're on probation. Big Ten doesn't have a tournament. I guarantee you, if they had a tournament, Illinois would not be allowed to play.
Mm-hmm.
And we're letting Missouri play, and we're playing them, and I'm not complaining about that. That's fine. We got to play them, but I just don't think that's they should be allowed to play.
Well, I tell you what, John, it's for the final time this year, this being the final Johnny Orr Show.
Mm-hmm.
It's time to introduce our sponsors once again. They've been some great people to you this year.
Well, the best, and they've hung with us, man, a long time now, Mark, and hopefully they'll all be back with us again next year.
All right, let's meet this week's Johnny Orr Show sponsor. Final time this year. Get in here and grab a card. And this one comes to us from Dave Steinberg of Minburn, Iowa. And it says, Dear John, please explain recruiting. When can they sign a letter of intent, the number of visits, etc.?
Well, they can sign the first time November. And if they don't sign at that time, then they can't sign again until April 10th. They can visit your campus one time. You can go visit them in their homes 3 times. And you can go to their school 2 or 3 times. You can't talk to them except certain periods in their home or when they're on your campus.
So it's pretty well laid out in black and white.
Oh, it's laid out. And it's not hard to follow the rules. It's hard to follow them sometimes, but you know you're wrong if you do.
Dave Steinberg of Minburn, Iowa, congratulations. You're the final winner of a free pair of Reebok shoes. But since it is the last show, I should ask you the big question. No retirement this year?
No retirement, Coach.
Going to be back for that 12th season next year?
I'm going to be back for the 12th, yeah. I'm thinking about 15 now.
John, I tell you what, you've changed a little bit over the period of time that you've been here at Iowa State and at Michigan. And we have a little feature today that shows Johnny Orr and the aging process. Are you ready for this?
Okay, that's good.
Let's take a look right now. A special tribute to Coach Johnny Orr.
Remember when you weren't there, when I didn't care for anyone but you. I swear we've been through everything there is. Can't imagine anything we've missed. Can't imagine anything the 2 of us can't do. Through the years, you've never let me down. You've turned my life around. The sweetest days I've found with you. Through the years, I've never been afraid. I've loved the life we've made, and I'm so glad I stayed right here with you through the years. I can't remember what I used to do, who I trusted, who I listened to before. I swear you've taught me everything I know. Can't imagine needing someone so. But through the years it seems to me I need you more and more. Through the years, through all the good and bad,
dispelling an old myth. Yes, there was a day when Johnny Orr had hair.
Yeah, a lot of hair,
St.
man.
Louis Bombers.
Curly hair.
St. Louis Bombers.
That was great, Mark. I enjoyed it.
It brings back a few memories.
Oh,
doesn't it,
yeah.
John?
People won't like it, but I liked it.
John, congratulations.
Thank you, partner.
I know it wasn't all the wins in the world this year, but you did a marvelous job.
And we finished up strongly.
You certainly did. And the good news is you're going to be back for number 12
Yeah,
next
I'm
year.
going to be back, Coach.
And you got some recruits coming in here that are dynamite. Fred Hoiberg and Lauren Meyer.
Good players.
And next season looks pretty good.
Well, it's going to be exciting. They're always exciting, Mark.
Well, let's hope this one isn't over yet. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank you for joining us each and every Saturday this entire season for the Johnny Orr Show and joining us along the Cyclone Television Network for all the games. And again, next year the Cyclone Network will be back and the Johnny Orr Show will be back. And let's hope this weekend isn't over yet, John. We don't know when we tape this thing, but let's hope you got a game or two left.
Could be a dinger, Coach.
All right. So long, everybody. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next year.